Good morning, people. Good afternoon, people. Good evening, people. As long as you're good, that's the main thing. Whether it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, as long as you're good. You're very welcome to Call In Khan, your favorite Saturday night call-in show. I know it's your favorite call-in show. I already know this. You don't need to tell me our favorite call-in show. You don't need to say that. I already know. As you can see, I'm feeling a little bit okay this weekend. After a long time, a couple of results have gone our way. A couple of results could have made it even better, but life is such, you can't have it all. The final weekend before the World Cup. What a weekend so far, people. Talk to me, Noor. What are you saying, bro? How are you? I'm so sorry. First, I must apologize to you and Zuberi first. I've been at football today all day long. I haven't eaten anything. I didn't even have breakfast. So I'm just gonna be rude and just eat. But talk to me. How was your weekend?
No, not bad, man. Started off well with obviously City losing, and then it got better and better. Liverpool won. Chelsea lost. Well, what can you say? Like, it would have been a perfect afternoon if it had Spurs drop some points. But yeah, we're here, and let's get into it.
They Spurs were wild. That Leeds game, I don't know how the F Leeds dropped that. How the F did Leeds drop that bag? That was serious. But it is what it is. We can't be greedy, right? Zuberi, we got to do our job first, and that's what we done. I thought we handled our business real nice.
Yeah, it was a good game, Very impressed. Flipping the script. I'm buzzing off this one. Not many negatives at all, so it's a good weekend.
Now we can't be having no negatives at all, man, from you, man. Come on, man. You need to throw some negatives in there, man, up in the building, man. Come on. What's the point if you ain't gonna throw up some negatives in there? But I know you're gonna be plotting. I know you're gonna be plotting and think of something. I know you're gonna think of something. I know you. I already know you. People, the link to call in is pinned. We have Ducotto waiting already, brother. I need a camera. I need a camera from you, unless I know you. Yeah, you can have a chance. So put on a camera so I can see your face, bro, and then you're good to go. Yeah, man, you're good to go. Give me 5 minutes. We set up the show and you're good to go. All the rest of you people, link is pinned in the chat. We're gonna be calling you in, and you can talk on anything you want. Oops, how'd you add the stream? Here we go. These are the results, Norman. What stood out? Obviously, we know what stood out. Talk to me about Etihad, man. What the hell happened there?
It looked like what is it? Some of the City players had other things on their mind, mainly a World Cup that's due to start in a few days, and you could tell nobody. I think there's a bit of anxiety going with players dropping out last minute from squads, and that must be playing on people on some players' minds. They don't want to miss the spectacle that is to be the World Cup. They've been waiting a long time, had to wait an extra year or half a season to get it going. But yeah, it was a little bit expected. City were poor on the day. Brentford took their chances, played them well off. They had nothing to lose. They had everything to gain. And City weren't there. They were like playing maybe about 70-75%.
But you know what? This is what people keep saying. This is what I definitely keep saying. It's a wild season. Shit is happening, man. This is a wild season. And this is why it's hurting me even more about the state of Liverpool. Because some team's going to win it with 80 points or something. And it's going to be so unfair. Like Zuberi, we're going to feel real shit. I've got a feeling at the end of this season when the winners of the Premier League will have like 83 or 85 points. What are you saying?
That point right there, I wasn't even thinking about it. Now I'm upset. Now my weekend is ruined.
It's mad, though. It's true, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, because of all this season, for somebody to win it with like 87 points, this is the season. And to be fair to us, man, we're looking good. And I didn't like the way we start, but I suspect that a lot of teams are going to drop off. Hopefully, within that drop off from them, we can get some momentum. Because we're talking winning the Premier League, 84 points, Liverpool. That's good, I'll take that, I'll take that. You don't see that. You don't see that twist in there, Grizz. When teams drop off, we can actually just go on a mad run from here on out. Because remember, we actually start out with a lot of problems and crazy result. We can actually just fix up while everybody's falling off. Our injured players coming back and their players getting injured. It could be a twist. But let's be hopeful. I'm hopeful. And the big one for me though is Newcastle. Looking a little bit too consistent, like they've been there before.
You know what? I don't want to be a big head. I don't want to be a big head, but I called it nice and early in my predictions from the start of the season. I said people need to watch Newcastle. No, they're doing a good job, man. I'm not gonna lie. Man City 1, Brentford 2. We know Brentford have been inconsistent as well. Which team has been consistent? No one, really. Apart from Arsenal. But Man City could have been 2-3-0 down before they went. Before Brentford did equalise, did take the lead. Ivan Toney was a problem today. I think it's time to eat some humble pie from me and give the man his flowers, because I haven't been his biggest fan. But it's okay to be humble about it and say, okay, the guy's proving me wrong, right?
Yeah, of course. Nobody expected. Sometimes when players come up from the Championship, they may have like a good season or so, and then you see the drop off when teams start to pay them a little bit more attention, and players start to pay them a little bit more attention, and then they drop off. But Toney looks like he thrives under pressure. He likes the battle between the centre backs and himself.
Yeah, he likes that.
Yeah, and he's always up for it. Strong guy, can hold it up. He's got pace, technique. He can score all sorts of goals.
Has he got pace? Is he quick?
Yeah, he's not like super quick, but he's quick enough. He's quick enough to give defenders problems, and that's what you need sometimes to do what he did today. Like he could have had a hat trick at the end.
Yeah,
of the
definitely.
game. Could have had a hat trick, and well done to him, and maybe some big teams will be sniffing around him.
We're sniffing around him because I rate him from day one. What, from day one?
Okay. Talk to me, Ivan Toney. See, me and you differ then, because I didn't rate him from day one. I thought he's a good striker. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's washed. I think he's a good striker.
All right. So you see on that point, in being a good striker, I thought all he needed was a good team or a good system.
Point.
Because a lot of people just expect a bad boy going to any team and just do their thing. Some players, they can just be good. But putting in the right team and the right system, we're talking on a whole nother level, on a whole nother level. So I rated him, man. I knew he was a good guy.
What kind of team do you think he could do a good job in right now?
Liverpool, come off the bench with chaos.
But we got our boy. Unless you're moving on Bobby, right?
Not necessarily, because here's the thing. I think rotation is key, and I think opposition is key, because opposition bring different challenge. So we're talking about, okay, if we need Bobby to come on in this game, we'll go Bobby. But if it's just, let's just kill these men with chaos, we'll be swapping chaos for chaos.
Oh, shit. Nunez.
Yeah. Think about this, because when you go from Nunez to Bobby, it's two different types of play. But if you're like, we need to keep the foot on these men's neck. And he's a Liverpool fan. So already
he's a massive Liverpool fan.
Grizz, I know we can go from maybe like a Bobby to Ox, and it's somewhat similar, just a little bit more drive. But imagine going from chaos to chaos. Nunez just giving these men a headache, and then they're like, "Oh, he's coming off. We're gonna catch a break." Ivan Toney, it's a long day for that defensive. It's a long day.
Because you know what? It was asked in an interview with him. They asked him, like, would you be like happy with being a squad player at Liverpool? Do you remember they asked him? Imagine that gave him a choice, didn't they? I think.
Yeah.
Like going to a club where he's a starter. Was it? I can't remember which club it was.
It was Leeds.
Do you remember something?
Yeah. I don't remember the starting club, but he said, "Yeah, I'll sit on the bench at Liverpool."
Oh shit, he did, didn't he?
Yeah, because he said all the way out there.
Yeah, he said he's got confidence that he'll force his way in. So if you got someone like that that's like willing to fight for his place, why not? Why not like bring up the competition?
Oh my God, you didn't do this. You did not do this. Brother. I flew 14 hours from Malaysia to London to get on a train to watch the Liverpool game today. My ticket hookup fell through, unfortunately, but glad that we won. Up the mighty freaking Reds. Bro, you're way too you're a diamond.
Positive.
No.
Way
Yeah,
positive.
you're way too nice a human being, bro. Big up yourself. Because I would have feds on this. I would have every motherfucker searching for who this guy is. I'm telling you, streets will be looking for this guy who let me down. Bro,
Yeah.
next time, if you follow me on my socials, message me if you want any tickets or anything like that. I will try my best. Don't ever do one of these ones where you just rely on someone and you're coming from Malaysia, bro. You can't be relying on some random person that you don't know for tickets. You come all the way from Malaysia. That is, I didn't want to read that, lads. That's
tough. That's tough.
No,
That's tough, man.
I respect you for putting a light on it because I ended up canceling 2 flights to come over there because the ticket situation just wasn't quite sure. And I've linked a few people and they were like, yeah, we'll hook you up, but I've never gotten a follow-up on the hookup. So now that you're telling me, Grizz, I can reach out to you. I'm gonna have to pattern that up. But it is techie, man, getting tickets to the game, and it's frustrating. It really is, because I'd love to come and watch a game as well.
Man. That is nasty, man. Whoever done that to him, man. Prick, rat. But bro, you need to be sharper as well, man. You can't be coming from Malaysia and relying on some randomness for your ticket, man. Come on. Hannah says, big up Grizz Khan, big up Hannah as well. Like the stream and subscribe. She's right. Imran says, evening, lads. It is an evening where I am. It's good. It's good. People are talking about your Ivan Toney shout and saying, we have too much ahead of Ivan Toney. Mick says the forward line is set. We need midfield reinforcements. We know that. We're just debating that Ivan Toney could be a dangerous option as well. But we know, 100% we know. Sheehan says 100-minute game, the spirit of Lord Keegan lives on, Grizz. I'd love it if we beat them. Big up from New Zealand and good luck in the Pakistan in the T20. Big up yourself, bro. Thank you very much for that message. Yeah, man. I hope Pakistan can finish my weekend off nice before the World Cup starts business. We could just switch off from the Premier League. If Pakistan can beat England, I'm going to be very happy. If England beat Pakistan, I'm still going to be happy. You understand? I'm still going to be happy because that's my country as well.
Have you got them half and half shirts?
Bro, I'm going to look to invest in one. Apparently they're like about £10 in Birmingham side. So, you know what I mean? I'm going to go through my contacts list and see what I want. You know what I mean? But yeah. And then the Newcastle game, that was sick. Did you manage to catch that Newcastle-Chelsea game? That was a whole heap of fun.
Yeah. Newcastle, you know what? They've got a solid base. These guys are working for each other. Like, they don't have the best attacking threat. However, they've got like diehards there that's just willing to work up and down. Never. Someone
said on a tweet, and I'm so sorry I don't remember who it was, so I can't give credit. Someone said this reminds me of the Jurgen Klopp first team, where it was work rate was insane. Like, you can't match these lot with work rate.
Yeah, 100%. When I saw in the 94th or 95th minute, I saw Almiron running back, chasing Cucurella down, and then you've got what's his name, Longstaff chasing Koulibaly down, not even giving them like a chance to cross it in. These guys are the centre backs and the left back having it in their half, and they were like, "Nah, we're not even going to give you an opportunity to bring this ball in." Like, it was suffocating, but yeah,
suffocating, yeah. And you know what? That crowd, they're ready to be part of the picture now, aren't they? Zuberi and Noor. What are you saying? That crowd, that atmosphere, that stadium's ready now.
Yeah, they always had that fan base, to be fair, always had it. So it's almost like the blueprint. They had the blueprint. They just needed the right investor / owner, right style of play. And what I fear now is the right quality of players, because they're already gotten a few in there, so maybe 3-4 more, they can look real dangerous, because to think they can go toe-to-toe with a Chelsea You know, I know Chelsea isn't as strong as they would like to
Well,
be.
I want to bring up this Chelsea business, people. Talk to me about this Chelsea business. That's like 6 defeats. Someone was telling me.
Three in a row in the Premier League for the first time since 2006, apparently.
So what are you saying?
But they went unbeaten for like the first 9 on the Potter though. So it's almost like, I don't know, something ain't quite right. Something is not quite right.
It's what I thought that might happen is when Potter comes in, he needs to command the dressing room, yeah. And with these superstars that Chelsea's got and these upcoming guys, sometimes they look at the coach and they say, "Are you the one that's gonna get us to glory?" And if he doesn't look like he is, for me, like, you know, it's all about.
When you say look like, do you mean like physically?
Yeah. I'm not talking about physically because I'll tell you.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Watch this. Watch this. Yeah.
Okay.
How did Potter look at Brighton? He looked tracksuit bottoms, a bit scruffy. That's how it was. Yeah. Then he comes to Chelsea and changes his look. Players pick up on this. They'll be like, "Bro, who are you trying to be?" If he stuck to what he was,
you say man look like he won 7 championships now.
That's what I'm saying. So what is it? Look at Klopp, scruffy from day one, stays scruffy, yeah, because that's who he is, isn't it? So and people just like, okay, that's who he is. But once they feel, or like Cucurella might be the one that's just actually spreading this, you get, because he's the one who worked on it. Maybe like guys, I think this guy has changed, you know.
Wait, that's something deep. That's something deep. But look, I think he's a good coach. I ain't looking to switch on him. I'm just here to throw a few curveballs here and there and see. Yeah. Just, you understand? And hopefully we get some Chelsea people who tell us we don't know what we're talking about. We never know. Jezza might come in with his trying to articulate about how Chelsea can really come out of this and everything is fine. I'm going to gun him if he comes in today. But Zaberi, anything to worry about if you're a Chelsea fan?
Yeah, a lot to worry about. Remember, they always have like a preseason every 2 years, and I think they sacked Tuchel way too early, bringing Potter way too early. So they're doing a lot of things way too early. And for Potter to come in and not grab Chelsea dressing room by the scruff of the neck and say, "This is how I'm playing like it," or he had a moment to make his stamp. And like my biggest fear was him losing the dressing room. And I'm gonna be honest. It looks like there's evidence of that.
But that's what Nuri's saying, kind of thing.
He is. But I never put it to his look or his appearance. But if he's walking in there like he's won all the trophies and players need to respect him, that's where he'll lose the dressing room. Because I don't think Potter have anything on his CV like trophies and those big accolades to hold over any player in that dressing room head.
Are you saying Koulibaly? Are you saying man like Silva and Kovacic and Kante and all? Well, Kante is injured.
Yeah, because
I think who are you?
Yeah, because Jorginho was on that bus with Lampard when Lampard came in. Remember, him and Jorginho had a falling out. And Jorginho was like, "Yo, this guy don't know what he's doing. I've won stuff before. Who's this guy?" Think about this. I called it a couple weeks, and I'm like, I feared that would be his downfall. But the dressing room is bigger than Potter. I'm not gonna lie, and it's looking rough for him. It's looking rough.
Do you know? Also, think about it. Yeah, the guy chops and changes his system in game. Like, what is it? And some of these big players played under some big managers that's never done this, and so they're thinking, bro, who's this rookie just trying to experiment right now on us? We ain't got time to experiment. Some of them are like Thiago Silva's 36. I need to win now. I ain't got time to wait for you to, like, you know, conjure up a system.
And he just signed a new contract as well, or extension was it, I think.
Who, Potter? Oh,
no,
Silva, yeah. Silva, yeah, exactly. And he must be thinking, because these things like end up playing in the player's psyche. That's why I said you got to be true to who you are in the beginning, innit? And this change, like, I'm not saying that it's 100% he's changed his personality, but his appearance tells me something.
I don't know, man. I think that's a wild theory. No, come on.
You know, it has to be. Look, Grizz, if I've known you all my life, yeah, and you've
I hear that, but he's living in Chelsea. The brother's in Chelsea now, bro.
That's what I'm saying, though. But you can't be changing. That's you. Like, where's your trackies and your scruffiness? Like,
not as a Chelsea manager, you got to fix up, look sharp. But you got to have the same. It's not like fix up, look sharp. But
no,
show us what you
I'm
can
back
do.
in on this. I'm
Nah,
back
Serious?
ignoring
look,
this.
look,
Yeah.
look, Klopp.
You lot are
Look at
mad.
Klopp. Look at Klopp.
Nah.
The
Yeah,
guy
I'm back
is
ignoring.
die hard the way he is, in it. He doesn't like suits. You could tell he doesn't like suits, and he sticks to it. He'll be in a Champions League final. There ain't no suits coming out. The one time he did it with Dortmund, and he came out the next day and said, "I hate it. I'm never gonna wear a suit again."
Oh shit.
Yeah, you got to stick to your guns, Grizz. Imagine you do something rough, just no care to life, and they're like, "Nah, man, I rate you. Still come over here." And then
Was
you
you
come
not
over
saying
there.
this? Was you not saying this when he was unbeaten in his first 7 games or something? Come on.
No, I was saying, bro, it's a bit like, how come he's changed his look? I was thinking, why has he changed his look? Is it just because he's getting a little bit more money now? Is he getting a little bit more
no, it's
fame?
the prestige, man. It's prestige. I don't think he's doing it on a subconscious from a trying to look good. I just think he feels he needs to adapt to the surroundings.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If that's not you, why do you need to adapt in that way? Do you see?
Yeah, you know how simple it can be though. On your point, Ner, he went from taking 10 minutes to throw on the tracksuit. Now he's in the mirror fixing up the ties, making sure the collar's propped up. All that energy and time he used to put that in tactics, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm running with it. Grizz. He went from taking 5 minutes to get ready to 45 minutes. He's not worrying about the air and the beard and all that. I'm just saying.
Man. I'm not back. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not backing this, man. Yo, Chelsea people in the chat. I'm not back. I'm not part of this, right? Come for these lot if you want to come. I'm with bro. I'm with man like Manda. He says man is not allowed to smarten up. You know, come on.
No, he's allowed to smarten up. Look. Don't get me wrong, yeah. Like at Brighton, he's a Premier League club. It's not like he went from some dead team in the 8th division and then came to Chelsea. Then I'll be like, okay, I understand it. But he's still in the Premier League. He was still being looked at like a lot. So
you lot are wild, man. But it's okay. It's okay. We started off with a wild theory. Potter's not doing too good because of the way he dresses. I'm just pointing out.
No.
This is what you just said.
No, I'm doubling down.
Like this.
I'm doubling down. Listen, here's how I'm doubling down, right? It's not because of the way you dress. It's about time management. So 5 minutes to get ready, and now we're on the tactics.
Worse.
Now watch this. 5 minutes to get ready, and now we're on the tactics. Now it's an hour to get ready, 5 minutes on the tactics.
Oh no, you went there.
Come for me, people. I'm here.
Are you? That's wild, man. That's wild. But listen, we need to start getting people into the chat, man, because they're calling show. Why are you wasting our times, man, and the people's time, man? Chatting between ourselves, man. Kadir sends in a super chat. He says Yusuf Mokoko is the one we should target. Bad boy, you know. Bad boy. 18, Borussia Dortmund. People that know me on Twitter, if you have followed me, stupid you. But if you have followed me, you'll know that we love this kid and we will 100% be in for him. But I got a feeling he's going to extend that. Dortmund, he loves it there. He's the number man. He's the main man there, main man. So, but we do like him. Klopp's a massive fan of his. And we did ask about him. Yeah, Cav's right, man. He goes, Zuberi, you've lost your head, man. You're talking about hour in front of the mirror and 5 minutes on the tactics board.
Look, we don't know what's going on, so we're all guessing. So if you have another opinion, bring it and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. All right, let's bring in the first caller of the night, man. We got Ducato in the building, man. Let's see what Ducato's saying. Yo, but my brother, what's going on?
Hey, gentlemen, how's everything? Can you guys hear me good? Everything?
We're here. We can hear you good, bro. Everything is good.
Nice and clear.
We feel, as we're Liverpool fans, we feel okay this weekend. In fact, better than okay.
I'm happy for you guys. I'm happy for you guys. You know,
it's been a while.
Before I say my piece, I do want to say thank you so much for having this platform, this channel to call in, and you know, we can all
problem, bro. Pleasure.
So I do want to say thank you to that. Before I begin, it is lifelong United, glory, Man United. So as a Man United fan, I'm happy to see that, you know, City has finally dropped points again. It was a doozy. I thought Brentford wasn't going to do it. So to see that they did it, I'm super happy. To make my weekend even better, I would love to see Arsenal drop points and then United win tomorrow. But in saying all of that, I do want to say that, again, I love watching, you know, your game today. It was really up high intensity. My question for you guys is, I watched the last couple of weeks, and you guys have put so much faith in Ibu this, Ibu that. He's gonna take over. My point of view, even to one of my friends, because he's a Liverpool fan, was his health status. As we saw again today, he picked up a random minor knock that kept him out of the game, and you guys were left with Joe Gomez. And that second half, Southampton really showed that yes, you guys are vulnerable because you guys have no midfield and stuff like that. So my question for you guys is, with the state of Ibu and his health, can you guys realistically say that, what, we can count on him to get us into the top 4? Can you guys look at, your team, your personnel, Matip's hurt, Gomez this, and say, what, we can still get into the top 4, even knowing all of this, right? Because for me as a United fan, yes, I have to always take a step back, because I'm like, what, this is year 1 of our progress with Ten Hag, right? With you guys are what, year 8 with Klopp or year 7 with Klopp, and they always say like with Klopp is the year 7 curse. So my thing is, I don't want to put curse out because I don't really believe in that stuff. But my question to you is like, do you guys believe in Khanage to A, stay healthy, and then B, for your defense to really keep you guys engaged? Because you guys haven't kept a clean sheet since Bournemouth, I believe, and that's been like well over a month and a half. Not a clean sheet against anybody. Southampton, the Leeds, the Nottingham Forests, right? So do you guys believe that you guys can get top 4? And if so, does it come on the back of Khanage, or does Virgil have to reclaim his status as that top dog on your team?
I'm just going to say very, very quickly. I'm going to give a simple, quick answer, and then these two can have a to and fro with you if they want. I think Ubu was fine today. I think we're just being clever and smart. He's so excited. Like Jurgen Klopp was talking about how he hasn't stopped smiling all week because of the news. And so he just thought, make sure he's picks up, not because he's just come back from an injury. You don't want to throw him in some consecutive games in the league, like high intensity. We were playing Southampton at home. Realistically, we should have won anyway, regardless of whether Ubu plays or not. And Joe Gomez, he kept a clean sheet. I know it was against some random derby, but he's played, he's got a bit of rhythm, and Gomez is that type of player. I think it was just precaution. In fact, I know it was just precaution. But overall, I hear what you're saying. I think Ubu was fine. I think Ubu was unlucky. It was an impact injury. That can happen to anyone. It wasn't a muscle strain or a thigh muscle or hamstring or keeps getting issues. It was just someone went bang into his knee and he was out. But apart from that, guys, I love Ubu, so I'm not having any doubts cast on Ibu, man. But if these two want to have a to and fro with you, feel free. I'm gonna stay out of this because I resort to violence if anyone picks on Ibu. Yeah, that's me. I'm gonna go on mute. I'm gonna go on mute.
All right, so I'll entertain what you're saying because I have his jersey in my cart at the store, Ibu, to get his kit, right? And my biggest worry is I don't want to get the kit and then he's just an injury guy. So I agree with Grizz. We did put a bubble wrap on him today. And let me tell you, man, there's something about our defense. It's solid. It's solid because we have an unsung hero in there named Nat Phillips. Trust me on this. If we need to pull out a spare tire to go an extra 100 miles, Nat Phillips can get us there. Don't worry about our defense. We're good. Joey is a little shaky, so I can see why you guys are like, ooh, something's going on there. But as soon as we pattern up the midfield, we'll be good. Trust me, we'll be good. So as a rival fan, you should be nervous if the midfield gets sorted. But I think Ibu is fine. I have the same doubt, but I think he'll come good. He's a boss. He's a GOAT, man. Ibu, yeah, don't worry about Ibu, bro. He's good. I think he's good. I don't think anything big happens. And if it is, it's a little bit of a worry, but I can hang my hat on Nat Phillips. I don't know about the other two guys on the screen, but
I don't know about Nat Phillips. I don't know about Nat Phillips. Matip, Matip, yes. Nat Phillips, no. We've seen what he is like. We've seen his heights, and for him to for you guys to finish top 4, Nat Phillips can't be who you're banking on. Personally, right?
We did it before, though. We did it before. We banked on him, and he got us top 4.
But that was during the COVID season, man. No one respects the COVID season. Like,
Did you see his quarter turn against AC Milan in the box? You haven't seen all of that. Go YouTube Nat Phillips, bro. Man playing with a concussed head wrapped up, bro. You do not know Nat Phillips.
So, question for you: If your back line was Nat Phillips and Matip, like you have no worries whatsoever that you guys can confidently keep a clean sheet and win the game. Is that what you're telling me?
With the right midfield? Oh, easy.
Yeah,
easy.
Our issue mainly has been this season. It's because of the midfield. The midfield, don't get me wrong, it's starting to improve a little bit, but they don't have the physical attributes to cover the space required in this new formation that Klopp is employing, this 4-4-2 out of position, and then this like 4 diamond 2 or 3 sometimes. And you're asking Thiago and Elliott to cover the wing and cover the central areas at the same time, which Elliott's got little legs that can't cover that much space very quick enough, and Thiago obviously he's a little bit older, so to ask him to do it, it's near impossible. So the gaps usually come from that issue, the gaps in midfield, and then defenders are out of position because they have to go and try and cover whatever the midfielders have left open, and then that's how teams are trying to catch us this season. But if that's sorted, if we get like 2-3 athletes by the end of by the beginning of next season, I think Liverpool will be like it will be all right. It'll be chilling like with Van Dijk, mainly not having a lot to do because the defense comes from the attacking and midfield players first. If you cover those gaps, I'm telling you, we've got a team to go.
Like, because I hear what you're saying, right? But it's just like I think the key word that I'm hearing is like, yeah, if we get like 2 or 3, right? Like I'm assessing your team as is right now, and as a rival fan looking outside in, I'm happy because I'm like, you know what? I'm like, we all see like the holes that are in place. Me personally, I feel like if you guys would take a chance and put Arnold in your midfield, keep Milner as your right back or Ramsey as your right back, and experiment with that. You have a guy who in Arnold that can pass, that can press, that can, yes, defensively he has his shortcomings, but he makes up so much on the offensive side that I feel like keeping him as a right back is limiting what he can offer for your team, right? As a rival fan, I'm happy. Keep him in the right back. Yes, let him get beat by his guys. But if you guys really want to take that next step right now and show, you know what, if we were to put, say for example, you guys have an idea of how you guys want to play, try have Arnold in there and see what it looks like with him. Because at least then, because again, I'm hearing Jude and all these other guys. Those are essentially those type of players that can,
I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling Trent in midfield. I'm not feeling it.
Like why not though? Like
I don't know why not. I'm not sure.
That's it for England.
I'm not sure why not.
Let me tell you why not. Let me tell you why not.
Finals, like.
Let me tell you why not.
I think there's no intensity in his game right now. That's the only thing. And in midfield, he'd need that intensity. Not as, I'd say even more actually.
Yeah, he would. So here's what's going on.
Okay.
You guys remember Gini Wijnaldum, right? He was a winger. He had so much to offer any team. And we just said, look, this is your job. So you're always going to have players that can do a lot more. And it's just like, yo, this is your job. So I know you guys think of defenders and just bossing it and snapping at the heels of defender. Like Nat Phillips, he's just a good player that can do his job. So as long as you're doing your job in a team, remember, it's 11 guys on the field. You don't need to do everything, be everywhere, headers in the box, clears. It's just do your job. And as long as you do your job, we'll be good. And Trent does a job for us at right back. In midfield, his job and his duties will be a lot different. And I think it's way more, and it's asking way too much of him. I don't think he'll fulfill what we need from midfield.
So do you feel like that's what you guys are projecting on him to say, like, yes, just judging by what he does as our right back, I know he won't fit in the midfield. Like, do you feel like you're projecting that? Or because again, like every week I'm seeing like all Liverpool fans pull their hair out. Oh my gosh, Trent this, Trent that, Trent.
Yeah.
So my thing is like, just try something different. Like for me, like for the last 3 years, I had Fred and McTominay as my midfield. There's nothing worse than Fred and McTominay. Nothing worse, right?
Yeah.
And I was again as a United fans, we're pulling our hair out, saying we need something different. We need something different. This season, insert Eriksen. We got Casemiro, and I'm seeing qualities and difference in those two where I'm just like, yes, I can believe in the process that is happening at United. Where I feel like for you guys as a Liverpool contingent, it's like, yes, like you guys have personnel there that can help, at least for the meantime. I'm not saying this is going forward, but even for the meantime, I would love to again have Arnold there. I think a renewed energy, a renewed position, you guys will see dividends. The same way how I told you guys about Nunez on the left-hand side. I called in a couple weeks ago and I said, if you really want to unlock Nunez, put him on the left-hand side. He has more space to do what he wants, especially when he cuts in. Now he's giving braces. He's scoring every other goal or he's assisting. It's the same thing. I'm like, Liverpool, like I feel like you guys just have to get to the point and accept, you know what? Maybe Trent is not, at least right now, mentally, he's just not doing it for us in this position, right? And then without Khanage there, you guys like Gomez is making a bunch of different mistakes trying to cover for him and also his position. Whereas Khanage can do both at the same time. If you guys know, if that makes sense. Right?
Let me ask you a question. Being a United fan, what's your Mac Fred situation? Given our system, don't you think Fred will thrive more in our system than your current system or your system that you guys been playing him? Because I think Fred is one of your best midfielders. He has legs for days.
Yeah,
intensity for days. I think he'll do better in our system.
Yeah, in your system. Truthfully, in your system. So Fred's best impact is when we play higher up the field, and in case we lose the ball, he's there to win the ball back higher up the pitch. United now in our system, we don't have control most of the time. Again, against the top six, we don't hold control most of the time, or even on the road, we don't hold that control. And what happens is we're now asking Fred to create. We're now asking Fred to drop deeper in and play out of his position. Again, he's a smaller guy. He's always getting bullied, which is why he's losing the ball, which is why guys are cutting up past him, right? Success. So when he saw it in the Europa League against Ammonia or against Sheriff Tiraspol, we played higher up. We controlled the ball, and you saw what Fred was able to do. Be that Brazilian, add that flavor, right? So he would look better in your system because Liverpool already does that. You guys press. You guys are on the ball. Everyone knows exactly what to do. It's like you now would take out again for your team right now. It's just like Keita would be like the closest that I can think of in terms of the quality and pitch where playing high up the field. I can now be creative and win the ball higher up and then get my team, to do exactly what I need them to do, right? Which is why I'm happy that I'm seeing Maguire's finally going to get sold. Like I'm jumping for joy. Maguire's gone, Fred's gone, because like you have to realize in order for us to take that next step, yes, guys have to go, right? And I feel like for your team, Klopp is he's too loyal to the players to a fault. And now you're seeing the other side where it's like, oh my gosh, we don't want to move Trent because, to your point, Trent's playing a position for us, right? But that position that he's playing, not executing to. I feel like, a change is there. But
the reason why I think Klopp keeps Trent at right back is, first of all, he does end up coming into midfield anyway because he does that inverted, fullback that Pep Guardiola usually does, yeah. And so when we're controlling the game, that's fine with him. But as I said, the personnel around Trent at the moment is not adequate enough to cover for some of these deficiencies, and also he needs to develop a relationship with someone on the right side of defense, which is not happening at the moment. Sometimes you've got Ibu, you've had Gomez this season, Matip, and so this doesn't help either. A settled back four would 100% help him. And also once we get back, because we've lost, the control that you're talking about, where we're pinning teams into their own half. That's been lacking a little bit this season because of the Liverpool get tired usually in the second half, and the midfielders can't hold that intensity anymore, and so teams then start to play around us and play through us, and so Trent then has to do a lot more defending. Which if he has to do a lot more defending, then a lot more of his deficiencies will be shown, right? And so that's what we're seeing at the moment. And Klopp, one of the main reasons he likes to keep him is when we are being pinned in ourselves by a good team. Trent is an outlet. He can give that 60, 70-yard ball straight to someone's foot, and then boom, we're out of problems, and we're giving that team a problem. And so then they have to think twice into trying to pin us with all that space in behind them.
I hear that. Yeah, man. No, again, it's just just something I want to ask you guys. Just being like, 'cause again, this is your team. You guys do follow it more than I do. I just wanted to ask those questions. My last question before I leave, I do want other people to have a chance to talk. If you guys are able to give me your, like, as of right now, who would be your top 4? Like, I know you guys did it in the beginning. I would love to know, as right now, all things considering, what you guys are seeing right now. The fall of Chelsea, Tottenham's shaky. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, who would you guys have as your top 4? Like, I want to say in any particular, well, yeah, in order, yeah, 1 to 4. Who would you guys have?
I'll go first. I'll go with City, and then Arsenal, Newcastle, and I'm banking on Liverpool to get the top 4.
Are you saying? Did you just?
Newcastle's got it.
No, start again.
City.
Oh, sorry.
Arsenal, Newcastle, Liverpool.
All right, so I guess it's on me next. I think in the beginning of the season I had Arsenal winning it. I've switched.
No, you did not. No,
yeah,
you did not. No, you did not.
Here's what's crazy about this prediction. It was on your show.
That's why I ignored it, probably because you're chatting.
But anyway, I've switched the plot. So I'm going City, Liverpool. I think we'll run it down. I think Arsenal will go through a little crisis. They're just one crisis away from kind of stumbling.
For real.
But they won't stumble far enough. So it'll be City, Liverpool, and it's up in the air between Newcastle and Arsenal. But I'm going to go Arsenal, Newcastle. I think Newcastle is going to hit a little brick wall as well. And
there's some recency bias going on, man. You guys are living in the moment, man. You guys are living in the moment, which is fine. Everyone, it's all about living in the moment these days, yeah? All of that, you know. You only
What's
live
the
once
moment
and
thing?
shit.
Newcastle in the top 4. That's the moment thing.
Arsenal and Newcastle, man.
You don't think neither of them are going to make it?
They may. I definitely think we're coming.
Okay.
I think we're coming, and I think Chelsea will come good as well. I think Spurs are going to stay there. I know they're looking rough right now, like proper rough. But I think it's going to be Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs.
Wow.
Okay.
But why are you wowing? Like, what did I say that's so wowing?
I'm
What's the matter with you guys?
Just hearing it because I'm like,
that's real. That's like what's okay. Which one are you like ready to? Which one you want to ask me?
Liverpool at 2. I don't see you
You
guys.
don't like that?
I don't like that. I don't see you guys getting to 2. Truthfully,
You don't like that.
I don't see you guys getting to 2. But I'm like, okay. Again, I like this, again. So I do want to say thank you so much for sharing. Me personally, I have City. I then have, I hate to say it, but I do have Arsenal. I'm going to say United 3. Us as 3. And then 4 would be a toss-up between Liverpool and Newcastle.
Ooh.
Yeah. Toss-up,
Yeah, Newcastle, they're the king of time wasters, and I feel like that will catch up to them. I don't like how they play towards the end. I'm always a big proponent. When you time waste, the soccer guys will come back and catch you. So I see them slipping. I see Liverpool. Yes, you guys look rough, but injuries are playing a very significant.
People are not ready for us after the World Cup. That's all I'm saying. I'm telling you now. People are not ready for us. I'm telling you now.
10 toes down. I want you.
What is the date? What date do we come back, guys? What date do we come back? It's like
the 19th.
Whatever, man. Whatever. Watch. We're about to wrap up every game from January onwards, man.
You're a proper
we're gonna go.
Man U
we're gonna
fan.
go. Wait, we're going on one of those 10 to 15 game winning runs, man. I'm telling you facts. I'm telling you, man.
Okay.
Yeah. All these guys that are coming on with smiley faces and Liverpool.
Listen,
you know,
right
you're
now,
smiling,
you have to remember,
You know what I mean?
remember, I'm year 1 in, and we're sitting in 5th. If someone told me after the season that we had,
100%,
to be 5th place, again, we're 1 win, being a point behind top 4. Ten Hag with everything that's going on. I'm like, United fans, we're sitting in a good position where we can actually make the right bounce. Fulham, we're coming for y'all tomorrow. Remember, I said it.
Well, all I'm saying is people already know. People
Fulham.
probably think it. People already know. I put this on 3 games ago. 3 games ago, because I knew it was time to get serious. This war hat came on 3 games ago. That's all I'm telling you. That's all I'm telling you, bruv. This war hat only comes on when it's serious. This war hat came on in December last year when we had to start fighting for the quad, and we fucking nearly done it. We nearly done it. So people know about this war hat. This ain't a joke. So it's on. Let's get it on.
I got you, brother. As
listen,
always, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much for having this time. Thank you, man. Great show.
It's been amazing, man. Look after yourself. We speak real soon. Take care, bro. All right. Yeah, man. Man United fans are right to be. Oh, hey. Zuberi, you're on mute, but you remember last week's United fans?
I was gonna remind you of that. You know, I was gonna remind you of that. You know why? He came in big energy, chest out. Big energy, chest out.
Did you watch last week's?
I watched the game. I watched.
I saw it.
Listen,
I wish I can't remember the brother's name, but if
I do remember his name is Natraj.
Natraj.
Yeah, something like that. I'm waiting for him. You know,
Natraj. If you're here, please smash that link. Come into the studio, and I'm gonna bring you on. Because we need to talk, big man.
He should be top priority. As soon as you see him, I don't care what we talk about. Just cut that, bring him in.
You know what? As soon as I see you in the studio, brother, I'm bringing you on, man. We need you in. I'm telling you, that guy gave us so much.
Oh man, I didn't want to give this guy his energy, you know, as far as coming at him.
Exactly.
So I was like, different. So I'm just, you know, deal with him respectfully. It wasn't him. He didn't send for us because hey man. But I'm surprised he had Man U 3rd. You know, he's a real Man U fan. It would have hurt him to say Liverpool 3rd, Man U 4th. So I respect him on that.
Nilot Pal says Grizz, we're getting 94 points this season, brother. Come on.
That can win it, you know.
What do you mean that can win it? That is going to win it. No one's going to reach 94 points. That can win it, you know. Yeah, I mean, we ain't getting on 94 points. If we do, we're smashing the league. We're smashing the
league. We have to win. What do we have to win? The rest of our games or something?
Of course.
Is that the calculation? Wow, no, that's mad.
Okay, one of you do the calculations, man, because, you know what I mean, like, what we on right now and work it out. You know what I mean? We need to work that out. It can't be. It can't be. 100% it can't be. But still, regardless, we ain't reaching 94 points today, man. If we reach 85 points, I'll be happy. I'm going to say it right now. 85 points, I'll be happy right now. I'll take. If you offered me 85 points right now, I'm taking it. Are you guys taking it?
Yeah.
Are you taking 85 points right now?
I'm taking it 100%.
Yeah, no, that's winning every game, man. That's tight.
Is that winning every game?
Yeah, 94 is winning every game.
24 games to go, he says. And we would have to win,
them all. Yeah,
my brother's gassed, man. Yo, Nilat Pao, you're gassed, bro. Come on. Relax the ball.
80 seems realistic.
That's what I'm saying. 80 to 85, I'm taking it right now. 80 to 85, I'm taking it right now. All right, let's bring in the next caller, man. We got Mika coming in. Let's see what Mika wants to say. Mika, welcome to the stream, my friend. Hope you're doing well. You're on mute, bro.
You're on mute. You're on mute.
Hi, guys. How you guys doing, man?
We're doing okay, bro. We're doing okay. Tell us where you're calling from and what team you support.
I support Man United. I'm calling from South Africa.
Another Man United fan. This is a great start to the show. See how you guys are calling in because you ain't played today. If you had played today, I think it may have been a different story if you played today. But talk to us.
Hey, Mika, Mika, before you go, I just want to let you know something. So last week, the same thing happened. A Man U fan called in before you guys played. His chest was out. He was out there in a storm. He was saying a lot of stuff. He was saying you guys are tough to beat, good defensively, attack is solid, new system, new manager bounce. And then the very next day or the very next morning, I just remember eating popcorn at like 10 a.m. in the US. and he's the only person I'm thinking about. So I know you guys.
He was so in my head. He was so in my head.
I couldn't get him out of my head. So I just want you to know that happened last week. You seem like a nice guy. I just don't want it to be you as well. You know. So what you got for us?
It was good evening and all that vibes. You know what I mean? It's not. It wasn't great. In terms of that game with Villa, it wasn't anywhere near what I expected. But I think Villa were rocking. They thought, okay, Emery's a good manager. The players were up for it. Leon Bailey turned into a monster. I couldn't believe it. On Twitter as well. But I mean, it is what it is. After that, I guess with United, it's just a bit of a topsy-turvy struggle, I would say, because watching us is very frustrating. We dominate the ball half the time, but we don't convert. We genuinely just don't convert anything. We're not clinical in any nature. Like, I look at players like at Liverpool, for example, if you look at players like Salah or Mane that used to be there, they were clinical. Like, any chance they get, they'd score. And it's just something that I find frustrating with us, because let's be honest, Rashford's not clinical. Rashford takes about 3-4 chances to score. Martial's not even fit half the time. I mean, he's more injury prone than Phil Jones at this point. It's insane. And then you're looking at different players like Anthony's now scored a couple, but he's now out. He's waiting for the World Cup, obviously. Sancho's nowhere near the pace. It's just frustrating. I mean, Ilanga should be in the championship. So I don't really look at us with a lot of excitement at times, but I do think we are at the beginning of a process, which will take time, and that's just how it will be. You just have to accept the wins and the losses, sort of like Chelsea and Potter tonight. It ain't that deep, if that makes sense.
Right? Can I jump in there? Okay, and I agree with you pretty much. That is a process, but can you remind me how much money you guys have spent in the last couple of seasons, even? And the reason why I'm asking is, and you guys can come in as well if you agree or disagree, but in order for it to be a process, I believe you think you need at least 3-4 more players before you can challenge for the title. I don't know, maybe you don't think that, but let's just assume. Are we saying on the back of spending 300 million, right? You're gonna look to spend another 4 or 5 players, 150 to 200 million. Where's the coach in all this? Because we didn't spend this kind of money when Jurgen Klopp process come. It was all about his coaching and buying the odd player here and there, but coaching, buying an odd player here and there, coaching. I don't know, man. You guys, when is an elite coach gonna do some elite coaching at these clubs?
I think Ten Hag's that guy.
Okay.
I genuinely, I mean, if you look at Ajax, for example, okay, the kids get brought up through the academy through one style of play, and once they get to a senior team, they more or less keep the same style, which is quite exciting. But I think he's a manager that can look at players and coach them. He's quite ruthless as well. He doesn't mind telling players how it is. Like the Garnacho thing after the Villa game in the Cup was quite damning. Like, he went after the kid, like, absolutely set the house alight. Like, it was insane. And you just sit and you think, he's a guy that knows what's going on. But I just genuinely think, in terms of spending money, like, if you look at our squad, we have a decent squad, but it's not even arguably a team good enough to make top 4, if that makes sense. So if you look at our depth, like, if I'm dropping from an Eriksen to a Fred, it's mental. Like, it's not normal. If I'm going from a Bruno Fernandes to a McTominay, it's not fun. It's just, oh, okay, we're going from Bruno, who can get us 10 goals and 10 assists, to
but if you compare like for like, there should be
Casemiro, McTominay.
Yeah, Casemiro to McTominay, for example, right?
That's chalk and cheese.
What's the in between, guys? You're not going to be a Man City where you've got,
of course,
or
not.
You're able to have 50-60 million pound players in each position, and 2 of them in each position. Like,
if the money's spent right, potentially.
Who's your?
Because we have the money.
Have you guys got a director of football? at the
Oh,
moment?
his name's John Murta. I don't really know what he does half the time, but he used to be our youth development head, which I find intriguing that he basically just got rebranded, which is
Because this is what I think
something
it
I
is.
find
This is
quite
what I
common.
think. I think you and Chelsea are like trust the process, but the process is just spend loads of money. Just
I
spend
mean,
loads of
Pep
money.
spent $1 billion in 5 years. Trust the process. He spent $1 billion in 5 years.
Has he spent? Is it $1 billion, guys? I don't know. I don't want to comment.
It is. Yeah, it
He
is.
spent $1 billion
Wow.
in 5 years. Look, people
But-
talk
but-
about United spending $1 billion. They spent it since Fergie left. That's 10 years ago now. Like, they spent $1 billion in half the time because he had to revamp his entire squad. You can't tell me like 2 City players from 5 years ago who are still there now. I can tell you Phil Jones still is employed at Man United. It's like there's levels to the thing.
The Gea.
The Gea is still okay, but the Gea was a class keeper, so it's not like
Yeah, but it's still there.
that's not really an issue. Yeah, true. That is true.
Where you seeing United, no? How are you seeing United right now? I mean, Mika makes some very good points. I'm just throwing a few curveballs in there to see, if I can, get him off track. But he's on track. He's on track.
No, I see United of like what?
Just give me 2 ticks, yeah? Carry on. Sorry.
Yeah. The good thing that Ten Hag has done was first identify that he needs to become a lot more solid first. So I wouldn't be worried too much about not taking chances that you create in the beginning, because he's trying to build a foundation. So he's got Martinez at the back. I'm guessing he's going to get a goalkeeper in the summer.
Yeah.
So he's going to try and rebuild the spine. So he's going to have a good goalkeeper that can play at the back. He's got Martinez as well, that's aggressive and can play also at the back. And then he's got Casemiro. And then finally, he'll have the attacker that he craves. And then he'll start to, spice the rest of the team up with the Antonys and whoever else you guys go for. But yeah, you try with him. Yeah, you got to give him time. He's proven that he can build the team, but he's also proven that he requires time to get these players up to scratch into what he really wants them to do. He has a philosophy which is a little bit mixture of both Klopp and Pep Guardiola, where he likes position-based football, but he also loves to press high up the pitch. So
yes,
he'll need time to create the right dynamic required, and he started off quite well with the purchases of Casemiro and Martinez.
What do you think, Zuberi? United, are they? Did you have them in the top 4? I can't remember your prediction.
No, I will never take them that serious. Yeah, no, I will never take them that serious.
I don't have them in either.
You don't have them in your top 4?
No.
Here's why.
Not this season.
It doesn't matter how much money they spend. It doesn't matter how many good players they have, or it doesn't matter of the coaching tactics or the run of form. United have a button in that organization called override, and it just overrides whatever's going on in there. I see Ten Hag come in, and he had Ronaldo on the bench, wasn't using him, and they're playing great. And I'm like, wow, something's going on. And that is why Natraj come in here and talking crazy. But then the override button got pushed. And then I'm seeing Ronaldo starting up top, and he's the captain. I'm like, what was going on? What happened to your original? What happened to the identity you was trying to implement? And I think the same button exists at Chelsea. When Potter came in, they just hit the override button. And I don't think he's able to express himself the way he really wants to. I think there's an element of, it could be the commercial side. If there's a play in the papers 100%. And it's just, if there's like a media narrative, oh, Ronaldo got benched, Ronaldo isn't happy, oh, they just hit the override button. Like, hey, rein this in a bit. You're doing too much over there, Mr. Manager guy, but it's working on the field. We saw these players. They come out. They look rejuvenated. They're running. Rashford is getting his thing back together, talking very happy. And then the override button got pushed. Ronaldo's starting up top with the armband. That's an override move. And I think that exists at Man U, and as long as that exists, it doesn't matter what they have. It'll just never work. Because every time they're in a good moment, they do something weird, and we're like, why did he do that? Why did he change there? Mm. It happened to Ali. He was running on vibes. Override button got pushed.
Vibes.
So that's how I see Man U. So they'll never make it to top 4 because they're never consistent. Every time they're in a good moment,
When you say they will never make top 4, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, please clarify.
Listen, never make top 4. Look, you need a run
No,
of
no.
form.
How long?
You mean,
like
you
what,
mean
what
this
do you
season?
how
or
long?
you mean the next couple?
Listen,
Because
Never.
Ronaldo's living in the summer, for example.
listen, man. As long as they can be consistent, they'll make top 4. I don't see them being consistent because, like I said, there's this hidden agenda in that club where the minute the papers say just one thing too negative, they rein in all the chances they were taking, all the risks they were taking. Whatever they were doing, it was working. They always seem to just scrap it. And I'm like, just stick to your guns. And they're never doing that. You can't make top 4 if you're not consistent.
And also, you know, the media, the British media is out for Ten Hag. Any little thing he
Oh,
does,
yeah, 100%.
they like they are up for getting this guy like the sack early because
You reckon?
yeah,
Listen
because
to Paul Scholes.
you saw how much of a hoo-ha that created when Cristiano refused to come on, and it should have been straightforward. Like usually all of them will be back in, the manager is right in this situation. You got Roy Keane saying, nah, that's disrespectful to Ronaldo. Out of all people that would have embraced, building a culture of a team identity, and then rather than the superstar with the ego. And so yeah, for him, he has to win. As Zuberi is saying, they have to stick to their guns and do not try and push that override button too early if they want to see the best of Ten Hag.
Okay, interesting. Mika, anything else, my brother, before we keep it moving?
I'm thinking of my top 4.
Let's hear your top 4. Go for it.
Man City are going to win the league.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any team that can stop them, really, genuinely. The depth, the quality, the man up front, of course. I just don't think there's much.
They haven't looked good this season. I'll keep saying they've been lucky in quite a few games with a last second penalty last week and a loss today. Just imagine playing Fulham and Brentford at home and they picked up 1 point. Like they very, very easily could have.
Yeah, could have. Yeah, agreed. But Palace, that's why you pay.
Palace 2-0 down and they drew 2-2 in the end?
Yes, they drew.
And Palace should have been 3-0 up. That goal
they
was
won
disallowed.
3-2. They won 3-2.
I beg your pardon. They won 3-2. But the point, you see what I'm saying? It's not ain't easy.
It ain't easy. No.
Ain't easy.
I get you. I like if I think of the Fulham game, for example, Fulham didn't even make all of his subs, and you sit and you look at the bench and you're like,
it was Newcastle.
Mahrez didn't play. Grealish didn't play, I think. That's like 100.
What's he doing?
Like he's got 160 million sitting on the bench and he's like, oh, it's calm. Like I'm Man United, I'm looking like, okay, let's throw Ilanga on and see what happens. Like I can't really make it up if you get what I mean. It's insane. Like he can just throw Haaland on for 45 minutes and he's like, okay, he'll probably win me the game. Like it's not that hard. And I think over the course of a season, City just have the depth. I don't think Arsenal have the depth, unfortunately. Like one injury to that midfield, and it's Lokonga or Elneny again, and it's like the drop-off is immense. And then I think Arsenal finished second, though, still. Though after the World Cup has a lot riding on it, depending who comes back fit and so forth. Mm-hmm. I think Liverpool would have had a chance, if I'm dead honest. But I think you lot have dropped too many points at the beginning. Yeah, but you still can. Like, if there's any team that can put a 15th game round together, it's you guys. Especially with Klopp and certain players. I think Nunez is quality. Darwin Nunez's movement is unreal. But I think Spurs will finish third with Conte. He'll grind them there somehow.
100%.
And then I think fourth is genuinely a battle between Newcastle and Chelsea. I just think Chelsea just have enough quality just to sneak over the line, especially if they get their act together. I mean, Kovacic's class, Khanage can come back fit again and go. It's not a horrible team. Thiago Silva, Koulibaly, it's a good team. And if some of them can get firing, I think they'll just grind fourth. I think we'll finish fifth or sixth. I just have that feeling. I have that feeling we'll finish fifth or sixth.
I hope so too, my friend. I hope you are very, very right. Thank you very much for calling in. It's been a pleasure speaking to you, my man. Hope to
Nice
speak
meeting
to
you guys,
soon.
man.
Look after yourself. Take care, my friend. Bye-bye. Yeah, man, I hope they finish 5th and 6th as well. Much more realistic Man United fan there.
Yeah, I
Who
like his
knows,
top 4.
who knows where he's at, who knows where his team is at, who, you know, he's sensible. He wasn't jumping the gun, jumping the, you know, ahead of himself. But I'm waiting for your man to come in, man. Natraj.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, he ain't coming.
Natraj, man, where are you? Natraj, where are you? Guys, if you haven't liked the stream, like. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. We're gonna quickly check on a current game going on right now, people. Oh shit, how'd you do this?
It's 0-0 at the moment.
See if you can share it. It's mine saying something about something, man.
Do you? Or you want me to share the stream?
No, not share the stream.
Okay, yeah, no, I got you. I got
Oh
you.
no, I got
you.
it.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah. Here we go. So 0-0, huh?
Yes.
What are we saying? 0-0 at half time. Is it half time?
Second half just started, I think.
Yeah, second half just started.
So,
yeah.
Oh yeah. So 48th minute. Okay, we'll keep that on in the background. See if any updates on that. I mean, who's the two Traores? Is
Adama.
Yeah, Adama's one. Is that Bernardo? Is that anyone know who the other Traore is for them?
It's Boubacar.
Boubacar Traore.
Yeah.
Don't know
Boubacar Traore.
I haven't heard of him either.
Interesting. So we know they've gone back to a back 5. Well, we don't even know who their manager is right now, right? Because the new manager hasn't. I know it's Lopetegui, but he hasn't taken over, correct? Has he? Oh, people are saying
it's Davis. I think it's Davis is the manager.
Who has a penalty?
No, he says Grizz Wolves should have had a penalty. People are saying. But yeah, that's a tight game for them. Apparently, they were forced into making an early change where Fabio Vieira has come on for Xhaka.
Wow, did he get injured?
He got injured.
See that?
So
I'm telling you, people, the World Cup is playing on a lot of people's minds.
Shit! Is that does this little sign mean Gabriel Jesus missed hit the bar or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there's no shots on target right now. Yeah,
hit the post. So apparently, it ain't easy, Arsenal, but the pressure's on, man. This is what happens, man, when you're fighting with Arsenal. What are they called?
City.
Man City. Every game is a must.
Yeah.
Every game is a hell, man.
They'll quickly find out it's not fun.
It's not fun.
It's not
you
fun.
Stop enjoying it.
Yeah.
Like, well, look how fun we are. Like, we're 7th, 8th or something, but we're fun. We're having fun. The pressure's off. We bang a few goals. Nunez looks like the hottest property. You know, we're not looking at City's results or anything. We ain't sweating, biting our nails.
Exactly.
It is what it is, man. Let's bring in the next caller. Luke is waiting in the studio. Let's see what Luke's saying. Hello, mate. How are you?
All good. Hope we're doing well, Grizz. Guys, hope we're doing well. I mean, Grizz, give us a bit of respect, man. We're 6th. We're not 7th or 8th. You know, like we're just.
It's very difficult to give my team respect this season. The way they've been pissing me off. Honestly, I do respect them and I love them loads, but. Look, we're allowed to be angry in any relationship with each other's partner. We're allowed to be a bit angry. That's part of a relationship.
You think the last, 4 or 5 years we've just been mentally drained with this, competitiveness nature with Manchester City. It's just, it's not fun at all. Obviously, as you said, mate. It's not. Don't get me wrong. It's the ride. It's the ride that we've all taken, and obviously, it's great to see Liverpool have always competed, but. Yeah, Arsenal fans are getting it this season at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, man, I don't know how you guys think. Am I right? It's like we're allowed to be angry with our partner, right? We're allowed to be frustrated with our partner. We're allowed to be, I don't know. It's all the emotions in it when you're in a relationship, and we're in a long-term relationship with Liverpool. Life for me. You understand?
You need that break sometimes, right? It's been stressed the last few years, going at it with City. Every single game that's not like you look at your results and then you look at Man City's and you're hoping for them to drop points. Yeah, I mean, like if anything good that can come out of it this season is that we can recharge our batteries as well and go again probably next season.
Does it Barry?
Fully agree. Yeah, I fully agree. Klopp came in and we all renewed our vows, did a second honeymoon. You know, it was a great 5 years, but you know what?
That's
tapering off.
You know that Europa League was the honeymoon, the Europa League final that we went to wherever it was held. I can't remember, but that was our honeymoon. And you know, after that, it got serious. Then we started getting serious.
Yeah, man. But it's tapering off again. We might need to redo
happens.
the one more time. Yeah,
I think we have.
Yeah,
I think with this ownership thing, it's time to do that. And
Grizz,
we go again.
Grizz, can I get your your take on Klopp's giddiness about talking about fresh money?
Yeah, but not right now because we've got a caller on. So, how you being cheeky like that? But yeah, let's ask Luke what he wants to talk about, and then we can talk about it in our own time.
Do you know what? Like, I think the renewed vows is probably the best way to describe, obviously, what I'm thinking right now with Liverpool. I mean, obviously happy that we've won the game today. I think Liverpool right now are just taking it like a game-by-game basis. But obviously the main man today, Darwin Nunez, I mean, I think the best thing for him this season, it sounds a bit controversial, was getting sent off against Crystal Palace. I think it's given him, yeah, maybe because like I just feel that he had a lot of like weight on his shoulders. Like, you know, he came in, he got the goal against City in the Community Shield, and everyone was just, including myself, we're just excited about this signing. You know, there was always that, you know, at the time it was Nunez against Haaland who's going to score more goals, and obviously that happened, and then there was just so much obviously pressure on him, and you know that was a massive game for him because it was the first game at Anfield. It's not as he didn't, maybe he had under his sort of impression it was a bit easier than he thought, and obviously getting the sending off, you know, Anderson, they, you know, old fashioned centre halves know what they're doing. They're gonna basically, you know, get in his head. They know obviously he's a bit of a sort of redhead sort of thing, and obviously it panned out obviously the way to be for Darwin Nunez getting sent off, and he come back in. And, you know, we can't complain for what he's done now. Obviously, he scored the 2 goals today. His performances has been excellent in Champions League as well. You know, obviously, he's really starting to set the ground running at Liverpool and starting to, I think Klopp, he's trying to give Jurgen Klopp a bit more of a dilemma now because we obviously have been used to the 4-3-3. We've been used to this 4-2-4, this 4-2-3-1, whatever we want to call it. But there's new dilemmas, there's new frustrations for Klopp because Nunez can play from the left. And let's not forget, when Luis Diaz comes back from injury, you know, as much as we love Luis Diaz and he can just slot straight on that left-hand side, Nunez is now starting to create a bit of a problem now, like, because he can play from the left. So you don't really want to sort of, you can rotate it a lot more now, which is good for Klopp. But it's just a real big headache now because we've got so many good options in attacking areas. And I'm just so happy that he's getting the goals. And I think it's 11, 12 goal contributions since he got the sending off. You know, just absolutely brilliant performance today. And the only other thing I was to mention about was Harvey Elliott. I think Harvey Elliott's pass today, you know, for the first goal for Nunez today, the pass was, if that was Kevin De Bruyne, all the pundits and all the, you know, everyone else would be like sort of wetting themselves over it. Like, it was just an unbelievable pass from Elliott. But I mean, the only one thing I wanted to ask you, Grizz, and obviously I can ask you guys as well, Nero and Zabiri, is if Liverpool, if the new owners come in, you know, sooner rather than later, for example, and they have this different mindset about if they want to spend more money, because obviously that's how it could be. Do you believe that it could be slightly different for the progression with the likes of your Harvey Elliott's, your Curtis Jones, your Fabio Carvalho's, like the younger players? Do you feel that there could be sort of less opportunities for them if Liverpool do decide to bring in obviously more elite sort of established players?
What do you think, guys?
100%. Here's my take on it. People don't come
just by the way, very, 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 very quickly. I'm so sorry, Zubes. Very quickly. Arsenal have just taken the lead.
Yeah, I saw it.
1-0. There you go. Arsenal are keeping up, bro. Arsenal are keeping up. They ain't letting the pressure get to them. And the other thing is, I just seen the penalty, and it's a disgusting decision. How it's not giving a penalty to Wolves. A disgusting. But hopefully we get an Arsenal perspective. People in the chat, there's space today. I think everyone's watching the game. Where you at, man? No one wants to talk to us. What is it? Is it Zuberi? Is it Noor? Who you don't want to speak to? Talk to me. Who you don't want to speak? I'll kick them out. I'll kick them out if you don't want to speak to them. But yeah, there's spaces today. Come through. The link is pinned. Link up. Call up. We got time today. Sorry, Zuberi. You was speaking on Luke's topic.
Yeah, so Luke, I agree with you with the Nunez piece first and foremost. I think Crystal Palace set them back. As far as your question with the youngsters, um, there's always a win-win when you get youngsters in like that, especially of those quality. So if the new owners come in and they want to be a lot more aggressive and go for ready-made players, they will just look to offload whichever one is suitable or not suitable for us in a sense, and we can make a profit. We both know from what we've seen from most of them, barring Jones, the other two are looking very bright, and we can actually make a profit on them for what we brought them in. I'm talking about Carvalho and Elliott. I'm not too worried about Jones, him being a local guy coming through the squad. Whatever we sell him for should just be profit. So I'm not worrying about how much that profit would be in a sense. But yeah, it's just one of those things with big clubs. The bigger you get, you'd offload some players. Look at City. I think they offloaded Sancho. Chelsea, they offloaded a couple of their youngsters and they went on to be big things at other places. So that's just one of the nature of being that big of a club with the finances to go grab ready-made players. So I wouldn't worry about it too much because either way, I think we'll win. If we allow them to grow here, they look like they're going to be ballers for the future. And if we go and get some other guys in to replace them that's already there, we'll still make a profit on them. So either way, it's just a win-win. I'm not sure if you share the same sentiment, but that's what I think.
Yeah, I think as you said, I think Curtis Jones. It's a real difficult one because we know what at times he can offer, but I think being a local lad, it sounds maybe a bit harsh, but I think being a local lad actually helps him. I do believe that there is some youngsters that have been in the Liverpool squad. You've had the likes of Dominic Solanke, Jordan Ibe, they've had them opportunities and then they've just been sold on. I think with Curtis, I think there's something that Klopp does still like about him. He does show him that loyalty, and there are, there's different divided sections. Like Liverpool fans may want him to go on loan, or they may just want the sale, or they still feel that there's something there. But I do agree with you. I think Elliott maybe is a bit more established. I just feel that he's got that. He's getting into our starting 11 now purely on merit because he is quality and he's good enough to play, and especially when you're playing alongside the likes of Thiago and at times Fabinho, and having sort of experienced leaders like Henderson and Milner around the squad, it's really develops his game. But I think with Fabio Carvalho, it could be a bit of an issue, maybe, possibly. But yeah, no, I do get your point. I really do agree with it.
I want someone else to speak on Harvey Elliott's performance today. I really enjoyed it. And I've enjoyed his last few. I think he's a fantastic young talent. He's just growing in every single way, apart from physically. Bless him. But as a player, he's growing in every way that I wanted him to grow in. So we want him to improve his tactical awareness. He's improving that. We want him to improve his work rate. He's improving his work rate. We want to improve goals and assists. He's fucking doing that as well. What do you want from this kid? What do you want from him? He's doing everything that we want from a young kid, in terms of progression, right?
Yeah. He's doing really well, and perhaps is going underneath the radar due to some of the issues that we're having in midfield. And plus our performances and results are not going right. So people that tend to start to look at what are some of the issues, and a lot of people brought up, including myself, about his lack of physicality might not make him a mainstay in the Liverpool team. But today, what I saw as well which were really good, was he's starting to pull those strings. He's starting to get a little bit more confidence. I just want him to have a little bit more confidence in himself and go for the shots, or go for the goal, or go for the assist.
More strikes on target. Yeah, more strikes.
Yeah. Because he finds himself in really good positions, and sometimes he might be looking for others ahead of himself sometimes. But that comes, he's still young. That comes with experience and being settled a lot more and having him a lot more confidence in his own ability. However, some of his deficiencies are propped up due to the fact that we're not doing so well. If we were doing well, I think people can just all right, let him develop, let him do this. But people are like, yeah, we need to see the real deal right now because we ain't got nothing else.
Yeah, 100%. Look, in terms of your original question, I'm going to be very cold and blatant. I don't care. Youngsters, no youngsters, veterans, middle-aged, nationalities, anything. I don't care. I want to get back to the top. And if we're going to bring in people that are like-minded in terms of having that mentality, and then Jurgen Klopp to oversee it all, the natural way he's going to do it is with a mixture of youngsters and top players to come in. So we don't need to worry about that. So I don't think we need to focus on, oh, will he be given a chance? Will he be given a chance? We ain't an under-23 club. Mm-hmm. We ain't here to improve the under-23s at what we are overall, but we're here, and new owners will be here to get back on the top. And when I mean back on the top, win major titles and honours. So look, I get it, but as long as we got Jurgen Klopp in charge, I think he'll do it the right way anyway. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, was there anything else, Luke?
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing I was going to mention was Harvey Elliott was, and that's a bit off topic with Liverpool, but do you think it was a bit disappointed he didn't really get a shout potentially for maybe sort of getting a spot in the England squad? Is it too early?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the Euros.
Can't see that. What do you think,
I'm actually kind of glad, to be honest, that he's not in there. I think Liverpool have only got, is it 7 players going to the World Cup?
I'm good with that.
Which I'm actually quite glad with. I mean, it's sad for Bobby not to get in the squad for Brazil, but it keeps him fit. And obviously, Thiago as well. I mean, lastly, I was just saying about the top 4. I still think City make it. I still think City will win the title. Even though Arsenal are going to go 5 points clear at Christmas. I mean, saying that in the middle of November, like top of Christmas. I do think Arsenal will take second place. I still think third is on for us. I just feel that Newcastle, they can have a good January with some signings, and obviously they've had a great start to the season. But again, maybe there could be a few injuries away, possibly. I know they've got a decent squad, but are they able to sort of sustain that level away from home in games like, your Chelsea's? And I mean, Liverpool, they did well, but obviously didn't pick up 3 points, and it's a results-based business at the end of the day. But I still think that Liverpool, I think the highest that we can aim for at the moment is probably third. But I do believe that top 4 Liverpool will get. And I just feel if there's a shock, I think Newcastle do maybe pip Spurs. But I think Chelsea, they just look miserable at the moment, don't they? Like another defeat today, and the breaks come at a very good time for them because Potter can maybe try and sort of regroup with the squad. But yeah, hopefully Liverpool make top 4. I believe we can make at least third, but it's still a long way to go.
But the problem with the Chelsea thing is they've got loads of players going to the World Cup as well, right? Does anybody know exactly how many? I think they've got loads of players coming to the World Cup as well. People are picking up on my prediction of us second. He was in Grizz put us second. It's already on Twitter, people, by the way. This is how this operation works. It's all over Twitter. Yo, Grizz just said we're going to finish second. I'm having a laugh, man. Did you guys not see my reaction about how pumped I was? And I was just trying to bait that brother. Who was here? Was he a Man United fan? Can't remember who was. I was just trying to bait him, man. You know what I mean? I agree with Luke. I think we're going to finish third. Here's what it is, man. Sometimes you have to take a step back, to take another forward. I mean, I know it's hard to take. I see the frustration on your faces, lads. No, you gave a frustrated look.
I'm just counting the Chelsea players as going.
Go on.
Hang on.
People are saying 12.
Yeah, that's what I saw. 12.
Yeah, it's 12, yeah.
Wow. So Man City have got 17. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
We've got 7. They've got 12, and Man United got 10 apparently as well. Bro, this is wild. This is wild season. This is what I'm saying.
Man City have got 17.
It's frustrating like mad because if we could have stayed, ifs, buts, maybes. This is why I had Liverpool favourites this season for me. Because I knew if we can be in touch by the time the World Cup comes round.
Yeah.
Oh, because we're going to be strong in the second half of the season. We're going to be the strongest team in the second half of the season. I'll say that for a fact right now. In the second half of the season, we're going to be the strongest team, but we've left it way too late and too much to do.
Yeah, two wins. If we had 2 wins on the board extra, I think we could have done something. Yeah, we could have done something. We had those 6 points, but unfortunately, like after it was the Leeds one, wasn't it? Yeah, the Leeds game. I thought, yeah, anything to do with the title or the top 2 for me, done, dusted. However, as Grizz said, all we could do now is just concentrate on getting those wins in the second half of the season, and let the pressure be on the others, because we know where we stand at the moment. So, but they're going for it hard, and we're just going to be there lurking in the background.
It's a long-term relationship.
It is. I mean, what else can we do, guys? What else can we do right now?
Well, yeah, Grizz, guys, thanks for letting me come on. And
no problem, my friend.
No, great
Look
job.
after yourself. Thank you very much for coming on. Yeah, it's frustrating, isn't it, guys? When you see results and weekends like this, and it just doesn't mean anything. We're immune to it, right? Like, we don't feel nothing. When was the last time we didn't feel something when City lost?
Yeah, you know what? Like today, when I saw them, I was obviously I didn't watch the beginning part, but then I tuned in like maybe with 20 minutes to go, and then seeing them, and I could see, I'm like, bro, usually I'll be nervous in this situation. There was no nerves. There was nothing. Just like happy to see whatever happens. If it's City score, all right, it was expected. If it was Brentford to score, it was. You don't have any Man City friends around, so there's no one to banter really. But yeah, it's crazy, man. All the Arsenal fans were going crazy, and I had to tell them, "Oh, calm down, calm down." And this is City we're talking about. You're gonna regret it later on if you start to, count your chickens too early.
Are we? Is Arsenal still winning? Yeah.
It's still 1.
Let's bring up the league table and see where we're at right now, first and foremost, because I guess it's that time of. I guess it's that time where we start looking at the table, man. Yeah, I mean, look, we've got a few things. Have you got it up?
Yeah, I got it.
All right,
you got it?
Here we go. Yeah, go on. You got it. Same thing.
Okay.
So here we go, man. Arsenal win today. This is live, yeah? So if Arsenal stay as it is, they got 5 points clear of Man City, people. 5 points clear. And then it's just wild, isn't it? Then you got City, Newcastle, Tottenham, 3 points separating them two. And then you got a little bit of the first gap where it's the 4th place team to us and Man United. We're currently 7 points behind Spurs with a game in hand.
Wow. So if we win that, we have like 4 points behind top 4. That's good.
What'd you make of that, Zoobs?
Yeah, it's a little bit mad still, the position Arsenal find themselves in. I do agree with you. We'll be the stronger.
Let me show my one. My one's got my one's got the form guide as well.
Oh,
sorry,
okay,
go on.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I think we'll be the strongest team coming back after the World Cup. And then I think that's where we'll chase whoever we need to chase down. It'll be tight, but we don't have no room for error. The start we
where have we heard that before with Liverpool, huh? Where the fuck?
Yeah.
Why is it always us that got no room for error?
But you know what's crazy about that though? I was listening to Luke talking about Nunez and the way he started, and that's so Liverpool, like that's the identity of Liverpool. He had an opportunity to come out the blocks firing, and he was like, "Oh, that's too perfect. I need a bit of challenge. I need a bit of challenge." You know what wouldn't surprise me if he's second highest goal scorer. I'm not even gonna put him up there at Haaland. I wouldn't put that pressure on him, but it wouldn't be surprising. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy just goes on to keep banging in goals and just slowly creep up the charts. I'm putting him top 5. I think.
Oh yeah.
But he started kind of slow as well, so that's why I'm like, his identity is perfect to us.
I'm definitely putting him top 5. But look, game in hand is against. So look, we need Manchester United to fuck up tomorrow, because just keep them within. Oh, this Tottenham result was a killer.
If they drew, look at the 2 losses there, bang in the middle of our form.
I know.
And had we won those,
I know.
And they were
you
easy.
had them for even the draw against Brighton. You had another 4 points to these fucking last minute. Oh man, I don't even want to start thinking about ifs and buts, man. We'd be 5 points behind. We're 5-6 points behind City right now.
Yeah.
That's the frustrating bit, isn't it? City was like flawless with us on their heels.
And the thing is, they're not even flawless. Look at that, exactly.
Right, yeah, we
let
off and they're letting off. Yeah, we let off and they're like, oh, thank God we can breathe.
Yeah,
but then Arsenal just kind of snuck up on them.
That's exactly it. Zoobs.
This is a breather for them, you know. They're like, oh, we can breathe. Finally, these men are running us down. But, Arsenal, they might get away with it. We got to pick it back up. And I think that's kind of where they are now. You know, they're so worried about us. Arsenal just crept past them, you know. Because I'm pretty sure they'll take 81 points to win the league this season. But Arsenal is like, nah, we're running you down. Yeah. They're like, finally, we don't have to go Centurions or run it up high 90s. You understand what I'm saying? They're like, but Arsenal looking like, you can't sleep on us. So credit to Arsenal for doing that. But, man, I'm so disappointed. They're dropping a lot of points in this first half of the season. And I can see them doing it a lot more in the second half. I don't think they're going to come back strong in the second half.
Look at Chelsea there, people.
And I look, they're in the mud, you know. And I think people are going to be like, you know, give them a blah and all that good stuff. I can't see Potter strangling this dressing room under control in the second half. I can't see it, you know. I think people are giving them way too much credit. I understand the owners are giving them the credit, but I just don't see it, you know. He has a tough task over there at Chelsea.
Do you know when I'll take Potter seriously if he's like, you know what? Tracksuit bottoms time. Tracksuit.
Oh, you lot are cold, man.
If he puts the tracksuit back on,
Chelsea might be, is that what you're saying?
You're saying Chelsea might become serious.
Are you saying once he puts the tracksuit back on, then he's Coach Potter?
Exactly, man.
At the moment, he's Graham Potter. Yeah. He needs to turn into Coach Potter.
Yeah, exactly.
We making the bottom.
Coach Potts,
yeah. We making the bottom. Expected? Southampton and Wolves unexpected? Or
Southampton
maybe one of them
and Wolves are unexpected. Everton, look at that. They lost as well, 3-0 today. Lampard.
Shit.
Yeah, I tell you what.
That was a horrible result.
It was.
But Leicester, do you remember how good have Leicester done, people?
Yeah, they climbed out.
I had them off. Oh, people telling us 2-0, Arsenal, 3 points in the bag. Wow, great stuff. Big up Arsenal, I guess. Fair enough.
The 2 goals for Odegaard.
Fair enough. Yeah. He's playing a captain's innings. Brothers. But back to Everton.
Yeah, no, Everton is disappointed. I think if they don't get rid of Lampard and make some serious decisions over there.
Sean Dyche is ready and waiting. No, Sean Dyche, that's such an Everton signing. Come on.
Is this creditable? Or is this just what you want to see? Because I don't want to see him over there, you know.
No, I'm just saying it.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't want him over there, but yeah, they need to make a good, firm decision over there because I think they'll always be between 15 and 18, and on a poor season and they hit up 18, they're out of here. So I wouldn't mind them being out of here, but it was sad to see them man go down. You know, we need them around just to be around 15, 13th and just be quiet. Them going down, they're gonna be numb. You see how we're numb to City losing because we know we're not even in and around there. That's how they're gonna be. They're just gonna be numb. It will just be a dull day for us not having a rival to just kick because they're always at 15. For Leicester, I don't think they're quite safe yet because they're not too far from the bottom. I think a couple more bad results and they're right in it. So from 12 down, looking very interesting. I love to see how that play out come the second half.
Yeah. Now look at that. Everton has lost. I mean, they've only won 3 matches in 15. Is that 15? Yeah, that's 3 wins in 15.
Relegation form. They only won 3 in the last. 3 and 15. That's poor, man.
Wow.
That's crazy, man. And people were like,
Lampard, this and that.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you see the comparisons with Steven Gerrard come out so quickly around the period where Steven Gerrard got sacked?
Yeah, exactly. Premature, man. Or what? But yeah, Everton are not looking good at all. No, they have a horrible style of play, and also like they're not getting the results. So that's a bad combination. And the Everton fans, I don't know if you guys saw it today. They were going at the team. The team tried to come and apologize to them.
Yeah, I heard about that.
They weren't having it. Like some players, I think, put their shirt up, and then Everton fans threw their shirts back out and said, "Piss off! Like we're not having any of this." So I don't know, man. Everton, it's about time that they get relegated. Please.
Have they got any? I'm trying to work out. Did they spend a lot of money?
Nah, I don't think they did.
They got in some good bodies. I don't know what they all.
Yeah, Onana was a good body. They took bring in.
They brought in Cody. I don't know why he went there.
Connor Cody, McNeil.
Yeah, McNeil I thought was interesting, but
Tarkowski I thought was good.
Yeah, that was yeah.
Oh shit! They brought in Maupai
and Onana. I forgot.
Yeah, Onana. Yeah, I mentioned him. But on Maupai is as the goal scoring hero.
Oh, the Brighton you right? Wait, but don't they have Calvert-Lewin? He's not a bad striker,
Injured. Injured.
Wow.
He's always injured, yeah.
Injured.
Or modeling, one of the two.
So Maupai is the replacement for Richarlison?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, that's bad business. They deserve this.
That's what I'm talking about. But listen, let's bring in the next caller, man. We got Kwazi in the building. Let's see what Kwazi's saying. Yes, Kwazi, hope you're doing well.
Doing well, brother. You guys can hear me fine?
Yeah, man, we're doing good, bro. We're doing good.
Glad to see that my peoples are not stressed anymore. Everybody's talking with that calmness, even though our team is not doing well.
Because this is what happens, though, you see. It's a good state to be, but it's not good. But it means it's not a good state to be, if you know what I mean.
No, I agree. And honestly, I have to even give it up to you, Grizz. Your performance at the Big Six with the song and the banner.
Yeah, I raised the spirits, bro, and it's worked. It's worked.
I'm telling you, I went on Twitter and said, now I'm excited about Liverpool 2.0 or Klopp 2.0 because I didn't even think
about it. Let me fill people in, man. Thank you very much for bringing it up. People, after the defeat against Leeds, there was it couldn't get any worse, or I couldn't get any lower. So I just said, yeah, everyone thought I'm going to gun the team and I'm going to roast them and I'm going to give up and I'm going to storm and I'm going to get rattled. No, man. I just sang You'll Never Walk Alone with my chest loud in front of 9,000 people watching us live. And you know what? Since I've done that and done the war hat, we're cooking again slowly but surely.
That's right.
So I'm going to take some credit. Like Zoobs comes on and smashes them. I come on and big them up. So, as a tag team, I think we've done our job, Zoobs. What are you saying?
Oh, yeah, 100%, man. I told you, when we're low, people want to see you rattled and act out of character. But if you just compose yourself, you can put the war hat on, let them know it's still wartime.
100%.
You just your presence will rattle them, They'll be like, whoa, I thought he was rattled here. He's calm, So that's how you got to be.
Yo, they didn't know what the fuck hit
That's
them.
how you have to be, because if you come in here and you just start crying, they're like, look, he's crying again. Yeah, you just got to keep it composed, because the players are moping. They don't want to see you moping as well. Right. They want inspiration. And when they see you do that, Grizz, they can draw inspiration from you. I told you about the inner happiness, And if you sing the song after the Leeds game with your chest out, no, we got to salute you, man. You're here for the people. We love that.
I had so much excitement. I was like, wait a minute, we still got Klopp. And yes, at the time, we didn't know about the owners, but we know our owners, when the clubs needs it, they will spend. So I was excited about the 2.0 because at that point, even the owners came out and said, yeah, Klopp is our man. His agent also came out and said, he's not going nowhere. I was like, well, at this point, just relax, because like you guys been saying, It's been 4 or 5 years with my hairline going all the way back, beginning with Manchester City. And now I can relax and be like, hey, okay, banter me all you want, but I promise you, next year it'll be different. And then to even get the better news, well, I would say, well, it depends who you are. £4 billion or dollars or whoever is going to purchase it, it's not going to be a cheap person coming to purchase Liverpool.
No doubt. Listen, it's not every day a club the size and stature of Liverpool comes on the market. So, and look, the prices or the valuation that has been banded out is ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Like when I say ridiculous, I don't mean unfairly ridiculous. I mean that's the rate.
Yeah.
That's where we're at, people. That's where we're at. We're Liverpool Football Club. We're worth $4 billion. Deal in or deal out. It's up to you.
That's
so
true.
Whoever comes in ain't gonna be a joke.
And also with the Nike deal that's on the side, you can come up and just drop their value down because they want to leave. Remember with the Gillette and Hicks thing with Adidas.
Yeah. Sponsors are going to be looking at this.
They're going to be looking at it like, we want big things now. So I'm excited. I mean, hey, this is the year we just go to relax, pull our feet up with the chair.
I didn't want that though, Kwasi. I didn't want that.
I just want to win every single year.
I didn't want to do that. We were so good last season. I predicted us favorites, man. I don't know where you guys had us. No, where did you? What was you thinking this year? After last year, did you think we're gonna have a dip? Did you think we're gonna have a dip?
I had us going and winning the title this year. All in. Like not the Champions League, but I had us winning the title. Yeah. And the reason being is because we missed out on it the first time by a point. I thought these guys are gonna go again.
Yeah.
And the City game in the Charity Shield, that showed me it was like, oh yeah, we're up for the fight. That Trent Arnold first goal, and then the second half, the way it went, I thought, yeah, we're ready. Like usually, I don't see Liverpool start off that well, like in the Charity Shield. And I thought these guys are serious, and then come Fulham. I was like, whoa.
I think Zoob's had a different outlook. So I'm going to give the floor to him because this guy had a different outlook, and I went for him, and it's time that he has his goal back at me, because before the season started, he was telling me, I don't like it, Grizz. I don't like it. He came on after the Charity Shield when we put in, like Noel says, we put in a hell of a performance. And I mean, the big man came in, you understand? And he told me about myself, and he told me about his team, Liverpool, our team, Liverpool. And he said, yeah, Grizz, I ain't liking what I'm seeing. So the floor is yours, brother. Explain again.
So, like, Klopp said it in his interview, like me and Klopp, we talk. So when I'm on stream, I'm talking to Klopp. Klopp is in his interviews talking to me. It's very difficult to talk to people about the problems when we're winning because they're like, they're just so in the moment of the score. So it's really hard to point out these little problems. No one really wants to listen. So it's easier when we're losing to say, yeah, this is why we're losing.
Right.
But when we're winning, it's hard to say this can be a problem because you're like, man, we just smashed them 6-0. But I'm like, yeah, but if you're not working on this triangle, the next team can get in. But no one really wants to listen when we're winning. So for me, I used to watch the game, drink, doesn't matter the time, smoke. So I'm always in a different stratosphere watching these games. So even if we win, like today, you mentioned Harvey Elliott. One of my friends texted me and he said, hey, those two good chances come from Harvey being easy to play around. And I'm like, wow. And I'm like, oh, so that's why the Milner change came in. He was like, yeah, because Milner was trying to shore that up. And then I was like, okay, but it did work. So Milner did do a job coming in. He was like, yeah, so that's the way I look at the game. I'm not knocking Harvey, but that's how I look at the game. It doesn't matter if we're winning or losing.
Right.
I'm always just seeing the game in every little moments, all the way up from the first whistle to the end of the game. And yeah, we smashed City, but we all know they weren't really on it. They never really gave us much going forward. And defensively, I think they were still working out some things, whether it was fitness-wise or tactics-wise. They weren't really on it. So the result flatters us. And I tell that to Grizz. And Grizz, I'm not going to come for him, but, he was one button away from kicking me out the stream and calling me fake fan. And I saw it on his face. He was like, what's wrong with this guy?
No.
Like, nah, dude, I'm not having it. I'm not hearing it. What are you talking about? No, we're smashing it. We're going again. I'm like, Grizz, just hear me out. I'm trying to tell you, but like I said, it's in the moment adrenaline. I'm like, Grizz, just listen to me, man. There's some things I don't like it. He was like, nah, we'll be all right. I'm like, Grizz, the switch from one player. Remember I explained to Bobby and Nunez going from chaos to chaos. We're going from chaos to flair and style. It's like when we change a player, it's so drastic. We're going from Elliott, saucy going forward, not good defensively. We go to Milner, good defensively, not saucy going forward. The switches when we make subs, it's too polarized and it's one extreme to the other extreme. So there's no, we're going from Mane to Diaz, that type of thing. We're not going from Nunez to another chaos guy. It's like we're going from one thing to the opposite, and I didn't like that. And it was so evident in the City game. And Grizz was like, nah, man, we'll be fine, man. They'll work out the other ones. Nah, we're good. The original thing worked. The second one is going to get fixed up. And I'm like, man, I'm not sure, Grizz, but here we are. I'm like, something needs to change. Something needs to give. Middle ground is needed.
So I'm going to just very quickly defend myself just a little bit. Not too much, because the majority of what you said is right and true. So I'm not about to pull back. So Zuberi came in after the Charity Shield, and I was never, ever going to kick you out of the stream. Never. I got too much respect for you to do that. So I was just scanning him. Yeah, you know how you scan people, innit? So you got to scan people to see, are they a troll? Are they serious? Are they high? Like, what's the state of play?
Man did a breathalyzer test on stream.
Yeah. Online. So I'm thinking this guy has come in after, for me, it was a stunning performance. But the things he was saying, I felt at the time were the worst case scenarios. Do you remember me saying that to you, Zuberi?
Yeah,
he's just picking the worst case scenarios. Yeah. So I get it, because if those worst case scenarios manifested, then I would have agreed with him at the time. And I did agree, because if you take out the injuries and you take out the situations, then you're right. But I don't think even you could have forecast this level, Zuberi. I think you could have forecast, it's fair to say, a drop-off. But this much of a drop-off? I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, I didn't expect it to be this much, but I did expect a tactical problem. If you remember, I was very big on how Klopp used this, and he has to use it in the right moment. And I specifically said, in that moment, he gets it right. And I came off saying, you know what? Let's hope and pray he gets it right 38 out of 38 times. I think I might even said 35, because I gave him some chances to mess up. But I'm not saying Klopp messed up a lot, but he definitely didn't get a lot of the game tactics right in some of our games. And that was the worrying thing, because of the players. Like I said, there are no real like for like besides like your Simicast and maybe the defenders. Everybody else is like, one thing or another. So I was just really big on that. And where we are now, we're 5 games from looking really good and 5 games from, it's a disaster. That's really where we're at. So we're in a good moment. And I think that's why we're so calm. And Quasi, I'm glad you're all so calm, but we can't help but think 5 bad games, man. And we're like, rah, we ain't even going to get 75 points. So,
so Leeds and Forest, really?
Yeah, it's tough ones to take. It's a tough one to take.
We've got someone who's obviously watching the game on Teletext, brother.
That's too long ago.
I salute you, bro. But Teletext, come on, man. This is 2022.
Shout out to whoever remembers Teletext.
Yeah, man. If people know about Teletext, they'll know what I'm talking. But yeah, man. Thank you very much for the update, bro. But that was half an hour ago and shit. So yeah.
Have you guys seen? Well, maybe it's just me, but my manager is speaking for his chest these days. He never talks about
Grizz, speaking.
He never talks. I mean, he would say, "This is how we do it, and we do it well." Now it's like Yeah, I need money. I'm like, whoa, where's this club that we were waiting for in the summer?
Fresh money.
You know what?
I need money. That's all you gotta
Let me
say.
jump in right here. Because
Did you guys see my tweet? I was laughing myself at my tweet.
Let me
Did you
jump
see
in
my
right
tweet?
here.
No, I don't know if we're not allowed to play it. Can we play that?
Yeah, you can play it.
You can play.
Can we play it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your own.
No, you can't. Will I get copyright and shit?
Nah. You won't get copyrighted for that. For the dance.
Are you
even.
sure?
You're talking about the dance one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't get copyright for that.
No.
Bro,
It's already public. I think.
Don't be fucking up my account.
On
No,
the
no,
manager
trust me,
thing,
trust me.
Quasi,
Yes,
that's
sir.
the only thing I asked of him, I said it on Grizz's show all the time. I'm like, Grizz, I need my manager to say what's going on. If we're down, say we're down. We'll be down there with you. If we up, say we up.
Mhm.
If my manager can't stick his chest out, how am I as a fan supposed to stick my chest out? Oh,
Yes, sir.
Oh, the music. Yeah, you might.
Oh yeah, the music might strike you.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Cut the music.
No, man, cut everything, man.
Yeah, but so Quasi, that's what I was saying. That's the only thing I needed from Klopp, because Klopp always left us in the wing. It was always, is it him? Is it FSG? And I'm like, dude, just tell us what it is. We'll support you no matter what it is. If we're low, say we're low. We'll be down there with you. If we're high, say we're high. He was almost like covering up his chest a little bit in interviews and doing one of these,
Yeah,
and I'm like, come on, Klopp, man, come on, what is it? So
do you know what that was, Zaberi? Zaberi is like, some people, like, when they're frustrated at a situation and they can't say what they need to say, so they start to twitch and touch their hair a bit and Guardiola does it a lot. He touches the back of his head. So yeah, Klopp has been like, he's like, he wanted to say some stuff, but he couldn't say it, and you can tell he's trying to, like, he's a guy that I think he speaks from the heart and he shoots from the hips,
right?
And when he can't, like, I think a lot of times he's been caught like where the press guy will tell him, oh, yeah. Cut. Don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Stop that now. Like, so it is what it is. But
I mean, I will give it up to him. He's an ultimate professional, so he has to keep that diplomatic tone the whole way out, because if you do that and it backfires, now you look bad, and I'm glad that now the way he was talking, I'm like, he might know something. He might know something that he's happy with. Because remember, he's been against, quote unquote, state money, oil money, oligarch money, blah, blah, blah. But this one is a little bit different. Now he was chilling in the stands, drinking tea, watching the thing on the iPad, like, yeah, tell him to do this. That's my manager. Finally, this is the club from Dortmund, But I'm excited that whoever gets us is gonna unleash Klopp. But at the same time, the fans also can be complacent. We still got to put pressure on him, because we can't go back. This is Klopp 2.0. We've never seen this before. I'm excited because I'm like, this guy built us from nothing to world dominance. Now he's going to possibly have a lot of money. I'm not going to pick the players, Mbappe or Chouameni. No. Whoever he gets, I know he's going to be the player that he wants. And usually the player that he gets, 9 out of 10 times, they're good.
They're good, exactly.
So I'm really excited about what's going to happen with Liverpool moving forward.
Spot on.
Yeah, 100% is something to be excited about, I guess. Just to confirm, people, Arsenal have won 2-0 away to Wolves. They go 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League. 5 points clear ahead of Man City going into a 6-week break. When do we start speaking on a title race, people? I know, Zoobs, you ain't having it. Noor, are you having it at any stage? Are you having it?
No, I'm not having it yet. I'm waiting for at least end of February.
Yeah.
If Arsenal are still up there and playing like they're playing, then you got to give them a serious. Because I remember the season where the COVID season where Man United were top in January, and people started talking about
they won the league.
That they're going to win the league, or they're going to give City a run for their money at least until City ended up winning the league by 12 or 14 points. So we've got to wait and see Arsenal. Like, they're looking good, But they've got to tie down as well some really important players. Saliba, I think, is his last year. I think they've
but it's fine margins, isn't it, guys? That penalty is given 1-0 away to Wolves on a Saturday night. The crowd was up for it, and it was a blatant penalty. It's fine margins in it, and it wasn't given. And fair play to them. Everyone's talking about Gabriel Jesus and Odegaard and Martinelli, etc. But their defensive, their defense is holding up real good. Their defense needs to be bigged up and praised, man. And in return, you have to praise the manager, because for me, Arsenal were always the easiest team to play against out of the top 6. I used to love playing them. Now, right now, they're probably the toughest team to play against.
Newcastle.
Okay, Newcastle or Arsenal, but I still say Newcastle. I still say Arsenal.
Because, and the reason why I say Newcastle is because when we play Arsenal, a few things went against us. When Diaz went down, it really, really hurt us. That will really, really hurt us.
No, it did. But again, we were lucky against Newcastle.
True.
So, we were lucky against Newcastle at home. So, I get it. Yeah, Newcastle are a very difficult team to play against right now, especially at their ground.
At their ground, yeah.
But Arsenal, for me, you know, and you got to give credit to Arteta, man. The turnaround has been, you know, he's done a great job, people.
The man has done a great job. And big up to you for supporting him on the Big Six when even their own fans were like, get him out of here.
Yeah, 100%.
People don't
100%. They gave up on him. They didn't see the vision. But not everyone's got vision like me, understand? I mean, when it comes to other teams, only Zuberi is on my level. But you know what I mean, Zuberi saw the Liverpool vision, but he ain't seen no other vision. So, like, what other vision do you see, Zuberi? Because
I told you this, Grizz. We share the same view. Yeah, remember when I was telling you about Arteta, and you're like, "Yeah, Zuberi, you're not telling me nothing new."
No, I'm saying, and this is just me, this year is an anomaly, right?
It's gonna be a low point season, right? Do we agree with that?
Yeah. But the thing, you know, I told this to Bilal last time I was here. I said, if Arsenal is playing like this next year, then every time we play them, I'm worried. Because, hey, we had the Leicester situation, we even had the Hull situation, and some people thought Liverpool was just like Arsenal, where we just 1 year, you know, but they're playing well. I mean, I think Arteta is using some of Wenger's playing patterns because it's very pleasing on the eye. But I think they're going to be a problem if they consistently play like this. And then you got Newcastle coming up. You know, Tottenham, I give up on them. Chelsea.
Okay, very quickly, let me tell you about Tottenham. Yeah. This is what Conte does. I'm sorry, you guys might not be enjoying it. I'll get Noor and Zuberi's picture on Spurs as well. I mean, you guys might not be enjoying it and thinking, oh, he's lucky, this, that. Conte does this. Conte's going to get them third. I'm telling you guys. That's what I'm saying. Sorry. That's my opinion.
No, I disagree with that, you know.
No problem. I'm so sure.
Listen, we share the same views on Arteta in a way where people confuse me giving Arteta props as, oh, so you'll give Arteta props, but you won't give Klopp props. I've never not given Klopp his props, you know. With the Arteta thing, the way he's doing it over there, credit is due right now. I'm not talking about in the past. I'm not talking about in the future. I'm talking about right now. Is credit due to Klopp right now in this moment? It was due in the past, and we've paid that bill in the past. He got his respect. He's still respected. But right now, in this moment, I mean, the table says it all. Look where Arsenal are. Look where we are. Look how Arteta handled the big egos and the big agendas and the big players in his squad. Look how Klopp handles the players in our squad. I'm not comparing the two. It's just different moments in the season and different moments in their career. Arsenal has been on the up since Arteta went over there. It was a little shaky. He stayed with the ship. They're on the up. He too might get stale in 2-3 years and have to revamp himself and revamp the squad. Klopp is at the end of his great moment and he has to rebuild it. You know, just put some new stuff in there. Where I disagree with Conte, that club has never been a stable club. And what he's doing now.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's still not stable because it's the opposite of stability when it comes to Conte. Like Conte is the most unstable guy you can have coaching your team.
So you think it's a perfect fit? An unstable club, unstable manager. They're just gonna wreak havoc with chaos and pick up some odd results here and there and grind a top 4 that way.
Pretty much.
I can't see it, you know. I can't see. I think you have to have some sort of consistency to get top 4, man. I don't think you can do the hot and cold thing and get in.
He's showing that consistency though. He's consistently being lucky.
Oh my goodness! I'm dead.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You know what? Like 2 teams I can never trust in the Premier League to do anything like, you know, or to do with consistency is Everton and Spurs. Spurs, whenever they have a good team and you think you can rely on them to do a job, they always let you down. I don't know how it feels to be a Spurs fan. But from the outside looking in, like, you know, from the few times we had a run-in with City for the title, or when we had them in the Champions League final, I had absolutely no hope in them. Like, you could tell, like, in my WhatsApp group when we discussed the football, Spurs, and it comes to pressure, they always fold. So I don't see them getting the top 4, you know. If anyone's vulnerable to drop out, I have United.
It's us then.
No. You know what? I have United ahead of Spurs in the top 4 race.
I mean, I wanted to say the difference between this Conte from Inter or Juve or Chelsea Conte is he was consistently good. Like, they play, you knew they're gonna win. This one is like, first half they lost, and the second half they win. You know, it helps if you're playing certain teams. Eventually, you're gonna hit the wall. I mean, today, Leeds goalkeeper, they need help because those 2 goals should have never gone in.
I haven't even seen them yet, but I heard it was horrific.
It was horrific, you know. So
but I heard they got lucky. I heard it was a foul on the keeper, like 100% foul on the
first
keeper.
Goal, yeah. The first goal should have never. They should have never. This VAR thing sometimes, man. I'm like, come on, who's watching this? You know, but
I mean, so look, Zuberi, you're not having Spurs finishing in the top 4. Quasi, you're not having them in finishing the top 4.
No.
And
my initial point was they were, but now I don't think they will. I think, and I'm not saying because Liverpool, right? Because right now, okay, let's say Liverpool don't make it, Newcastle is making a lot of noise to let you guys know that, hey, watch us. You know, now I know they don't have the longevity for us to see that they could go all the way.
I think you guys are doing reactionary recency bias, man.
Grizz,
I thought you guys are better than that, man. You guys ain't football.
No.
Grizz.
No. Grizz,
let me give you a narrative.
No. I'm ready to fight all of you lot. You lot ain't football, man.
No.
Reactionary Grizz, in the moment.
Grizz, you got to check, like, what is it? Newcastle, the reason why I'm backing them more than Spurs, 100%, is because they, at least, even if they don't score goals, yeah, these guys are not leaking nothing. They're like very, very, like, you always look at, like, you know what Klopp used to say? He go, like, you have to be the worst team to play against. And Newcastle are freaking a headache to play against. They don't give up second balls. They don't give, like, what is it, time? They don't give you time on the ball. And all of these intangibles I look at and I see that they can sneak into the top 4. However,
I hear that.
Spurs are just like, what's the opposite of mentality monsters, man?
No, but I hear that. Yeah, bottlers. Look, Mandaronkon says, nah, Grizz, them Saudi owners are serious, more so than City. I'm not talking about the future. I understand they're serious. They're here to stay. These Saudi owners are here to stay. Newcastle will be one of the biggest clubs in Europe in 5 years' time. I'm not saying that. I'm saying right now, for me, right this very season, I'm having Spurs over Newcastle. But I'm the one, so you lot seem to think I'm shitting on Newcastle. I'm not. I'm the one that said Newcastle are there this season at the start of the season. Newcastle are there. They're ready to fight for the top 6. I just think top 4 might be a stretch.
Nah, let me tell you something about Newcastle that you need to pay attention to, Grizz.
I'm paying attention right now.
Goal against 11. Newcastle, goal against 11. Lost one, both, right? Eddie Howe should have gotten that Arsenal job probably about 4 years ago. Didn't. Eddie Howe is proving a point. Oh, you man are up. I can show you I can be up as well. There's a lot of little competition in there. They're on it. Newcastle is on it because Eddie Howe is on it. Eddie Howe wants that Arsenal job probably. I'm pretty sure he wanted it. Didn't get it.
Has he got enough goals in that team?
Yeah, 29. Arsenal got 33.
That's the only concern I have with
only City outscore both, you know. So
but overall, no, I mean in terms of depth. So for example, Callum Wilson is injury prone. Yeah. Isaac's out for a long term.
Yeah.
And he's not settled in. But is Wood that guy?
But you know, Grizz, that they're gonna go into the market, no?
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Yeah. That's why
they're gonna be spending that fresh money.
Fresh money, yeah, I understand. Yeah. I ain't playing that video. You fucking got me copyrighted.
No, I told you to play it. I don't like mute it always. Like
I don't know this shit. You know me in it by now, bro. Come on, man. I'm just out here in it, vibes and that. I don't know. Now I know. But yeah, Quasi, man, I'm with you, bro.
Yeah,
I'm with you, man.
Yeah,
it's good time. It's good time to be more relaxed about us. But I wish I wasn't this relaxed, if you know what I mean.
That's true.
It is what it is. We've got to accept the moment.
I'm going with quest number 7. That's what I'm going all in.
Oh, you're going there?
Oh yeah, I'm going all in on that one. I'm focused on that one. Like
Real Madrid.
Bring him. I don't care anymore. Klopp told me, get your bags and your hotel ready for where are we playing that? Istanbul. I'm going. I'm one way.
You lot are mad, man. You lot are mad. Anybody that's looking forward to that Real Madrid tie. And this not me, bro. No, that's the only tie I didn't want.
There's the reason why. By then, all our guys will be back, fully fit. That's a different.
We hope, we pray, we don't know, but we'd like to think that every time 2 players come back, 3 go out.
Yeah, you got me on that one. That's true.
That's the problem.
Hey, I'm glad Grizz said it because I was gonna give an even crazier stat. You know, every time we had the full team back. Yeah, every time we had the full team back, a week later, 3 guys go down. You know, we've never had the full team for a full week. You know.
Danny says not everyone is scared, Chris. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I just don't want to play them, man, right now. I'm not scared. I'm not going to be behind my couch when we're playing them and shit.
But you know what about Liverpool? When we played the better team?
Yeah. I get that.
That's why I'm excited about it. That is my only hope.
I get all of that. I 100% get all of that. But that's Real Madrid in the Champions League. That's like us when we talk about Anfield under the lights in Champions League. You know how we say it with our chest? Yeah. And we go, wow, then we get mad. We say, we don't give a shit. This is Anfield.
That's them, yeah.
That's them in the Champions League, brother. They could be having the shittest games in the Premier League. And even they say, yeah, but this is Champions League. We own this competition. Talk to us. We are Real Madrid. And even us can't talk to them.
I mean, going back in history, I can't believe Liverpool in history again. We have told them, hey, you had done that about. We're going to challenge you. You know, the Tories years. We went to their crib and, you know, showed them some things. They came to Anfield and that Tories turned on Cannavaro. Oh, my Lord. If that ball had gone in, that would have been the greatest goal in Champions League.
Quasi, I'm the devil's advocate today. I'm sorry.
Oh,
since then, they've smashed us every time.
Maybe
when I say smashed us,
they won't.
We ain't beaten them since.
Yeah, they beat us every time. But it's time. It's time for us to turn.
It is time. It
is. You know what? I'm gonna let you guys know something though.
No. You're gonna go last. You stay right there.
All right, I'll stay right here.
Yeah, because I want you to give me the final definitive opinion. No, what are you saying? Real Madrid, Liverpool.
You know what? I'm you know, slightly optimistic about this game.
Mm-hmm.
As you saw, I was doing a live The live, what is it?
You was hyped. I don't know why
Yeah.
you was hyped.
I
I
was
was
ready
gonna kick you. I was gonna kick you out the stream.
I was ready for them and I wanted them. The reason being is not for revenge talks, not for whatever, but it's about, as you said, it's about time that Real Madrid needs some humbling. Like football is a humbler, isn't it? Grizz said football is a humbler, and they need a humbling right now. And what's the best place to get it? Anfield. We haven't had a full Anfield and a Real Madrid since when? It was when under Brendan Rodgers was the last time they came on the full Anfield.
Does it worry you in any way, shape, or form that the second leg is at their ground?
No.
I get the vibe of the Bayern Liverpool draw the year that I'm getting that same vibe.
That's right.
I get that same vibe. The problem is our matchup with their midfield. That is the problem. Now in January, whether we've been, there's new ownership or Uncle Henry decides to splash a few, dollars here and there. Now we're talking about a whole different ballgame because then we could match their energy in the midfield. That's always our problem. I think going forward with Diaz and Nunez, we could cause them a little bit more problem. So defense-wise, we okay. It's just the midfield is not. It's always been the issue. So with Madrid, it's going to be a game of matchups. And for them to beat us, it's going to be the midfield.
People smash that like button. Over 250 of you in here still. And if you want to call in, hit the link that's pinned. Nice one. Zuberi, Real Madrid, Champions League, February. End of February?
Middle of February.
Middle of February. Tell us how it's going to go, because how you think it's going to go is going to go. So be careful. No, don't be careful. Say how it is. And people take note.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Going to happen.
I'm going to tell you
this
right
is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen.
Should have already played.
I'm telling you guys now. 260 of you guys in here. This is what's going to happen. So focus.
By then, we should already play City in the Carabao Cup, correct?
Yeah.
You see, when we beat City in the Carabao Cup, we're winning that cup,
Yeah.
So these two games are pivotal for these two competitions. People, listen to me. We get past City in the Carabao Cup, make plans for the final.
Oh, shit.
If we get past Real Madrid in the Champions League, I'm going to see you in Istanbul because I'm going to be in there.
Oh, shit. I told you guys.
Look at your hotel prices. Get your plane tickets in order.
Book it now.
This is
not
why
now. Not now, people. Not now. I'm saying in that moment. Right now, it's okay to think about it like, yeah, you know what? Might not come off. But look what's on Grizz's head. He's wearing a war hat. You know me. I come with facts. I'm from a different dimension with it. I'm telling you. It's setting up like the year we won the Champions League. I didn't want to beat these men at our ground. They're going to be like, oh, it's because of Anfield. Nah, we want to go in their backyard.
Oh, shit.
Touch them up in their backyard. They've never touched us up in our yard,
Oh, shit.
They touching up in some neutral stadium. Anybody can do that. Now, we need to go to these men's yard and make a statement. Klopp need to do a fist bump
We got
in that stadium.
Oh, shit.
And I ain't talking no little two. I'm talking about like 5-6 fist bump.
I don't know why that keeps
Matter of fact, yeah, you know that one that he winds up. Matter of fact, I need to Klopp.
Shit.
Jurgen, if you're listening to me,
Talk
the one arm pump ain't gonna do it in this game. We need like a combo, bob and weave set and chest out, walk up on them. Klopp.
We want Klopp jumping.
Klopp. So that's what I'm saying. That's how I feel about it. Grizz, I'm gonna be honest. If they beat us, and they won't, I don't want to hear no Spanish speaking. I don't want to hear no Calmate, none of that. Just keep it English. Let's just keep it English. Don't try to speak no Calmate, no Spanish, none of that, man, because something is seriously wrong with the city of Madrid. Because we're gonna have to look into that. But we're gonna go over there, man. Punches and combos.
Manda Roncon is spot on, guys. The last 2 times we've played them, we've smashed them without beating them. When they came to Anfield, when we had, I can't remember, man. You know, the first leg we lost 3-1 or something. No, was it 2-1? I can't remember. 3-2. I can't remember what the score was.
3-1. 3-1 at the end. Yeah.
We had chance after chance after chance. We had so many chances. It was unreal the amount of chances we missed. And that was at empty Anfield. That was the COVID season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that was empty Anfield. And we already know what happened in the Champions League final where I saw it live and exclusive. I don't know about you guys and what the commentators tried to make out or what it looked like on the TV, but we outplayed them, man. And then one moment of brilliance from Valverde and drive, and then maybe silliness from Robertson to lose his position, and Trent not overlooking, and Virgil not being proactive. All the kind of things that we've seen this season. And that's where Zuberi's vision kicked in, where he saw this stuff happening near the end of the season and thought, you know what, it's going to happen again at the start of the season. And he was right. It was a cross shot, whatever it was. It was a moment of drive. It was a moment of energy. It was a moment that he broke the lines. And we know Valverde from that has gone on to probably being one of the best players in Europe. And all those players that I've mentioned, the Virgils and the Trents, have started off stinky. And it's not a coincidence, in my opinion. It's not a coincidence.
You know what Ibu said in the interview after the draw with Real Madrid, where they asked him how did they react because they were watching it all together. And he said, when we saw Real Madrid, they were like, oh, what, again? And so they've got that, like this time, I think there's a little bit more respect. You know, the first time when Salah said, yeah, I want Real Madrid, I want that revenge, blah, blah, blah.
Do you think he was hyped into that? Do you think it was like
he was hyped.
I think it was tongue-in-cheek, though.
Do you think it was tongue-in-cheek?
I think it was tongue-in-cheek.
He was hyped. He remembered the final.
He wanted
it. He had his shoulder almost taken off. So
it was nasty for him, man. I felt it. I was with him too, you know what it is, Grizz. And that's why people have to put respect on football, and football will always be a humbler. It's 11 v 11, and one man in that 11 can't be up for it, and the other 10 isn't. So if all the players and manager and fans had Salah energy, we could have bossed that with our heritage, you know. But before the game, it only looked like Salah was the only one ready to give them and the combo. Salah was the only one I was like, wow, nah, Salah is really up for this. Everybody else was like, we got to, they got the heritage. Everyone was just like stuttering, man. And Salah was like, nah, bun that, we can get him. So Salah went outside, and he was the only one out there. Everybody else was looking through the blinds. It was just a wild one, man. Khanage stepped up. I'll give him credit, but everybody else, bro. Everybody else was just looking through the blinds, ducking behind the couch. They weren't really out there with them two guys. So we need all 11 players to be up front, you know.
Front line. We need all them soldiers to be front line. I think this is very, very easy, but I'll still ask you guys the question. It's very, very easy, but I don't know. Quasi, would you rather go out like basically what you're saying is if you was given the choice of going out the Carabao Cup, but you win the Madrid game?
Of course, Madrid. We win Madrid.
Yeah. I'm not sure what you mean, Mohammed, man, because it's a straightforward
I think
question.
you mean
unless he means would you? A better question would be: would you rather win the Carabao Cup guaranteed if we gave you the Carabao Cup win guaranteed, and then or the option of going through against Madrid, not winning the Champions League, but just going through against Madrid? That's a better question, right?
Yeah, so that's just throwing away a cup just to make it to the next round, not even going all the way.
But not according to you, my bro. So where are you switching up right now? Because you just said if we beat Madrid, we're going all the way.
Yeah, but no, I'm just respecting his question because that's just my energy. I don't know what his energy is, because that's there. If you're gonna say we're gonna throw away a guaranteed cup just to get a guarantee in the next round,
so you wouldn't do that.
League. Because it's Real Madrid, I would. And it's basic to me, it's like asking, would you rather lose to City in the Carabao and win against Real Madrid? Yeah, I'll take that. Because that's what I don't see else who's gonna beat us in the Carabao besides City.
I mean, if it's in the final, if Carabao is against City in the final, or you beat
Madrid in the next round.
Yeah,
I'll take that because we always run up to City anyway. Yeah, that's calm. It's not like it's calm. I'll take that. Yeah, no, we need to get past Real Madrid. We can't keep having these conversations. We can't now. We need to put one on these men.
Break the voodoo.
Yeah, we have to. Do you know the longer this goes on, the worse it is for us to even say anything in Spanish?
Oh.
Noor, are you doing that swap? Mute.
My bad. Yeah, I'm definitely doing that swap. I'll take the next round as long as we need to take Real Madrid like a.
So no game in the Carabao Cup. Sorry, you're just saying ban the Carabao Cup as long as we get past Madrid, even if it means we're guaranteed. If someone's offering us a deal, yo, I got a deal for you. You know, come through in it. What are you saying? Carabao Cup or getting past Madrid?
Yeah.
So we could get past Madrid and get Bayern Munich in the next round, for example, or Man City in the next round.
I don't mind. Like that's what we live for, right? The big games.
Yeah.
Okay.
The big games, the big tournaments. That's our heritage, isn't it? So I'll take that any day of the week than to beat Man City and then play, I don't know, Burnley in the next round and then end up winning the tournament against Notts County or something.
Interesting. Quasi, anything else, sir?
I mean, I understand what both are saying, because the longer you make it drag, it becomes a psychological issue.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden now we can't win until we beat Madrid. You know, oh, you won because Madrid was not there. So we have to break that thing, you know. It's the same thing with Klopp. Oh, Klopp can't win finals, and then he goes and win the biggest finals of all. You know, so I think for psychological purposes and for us to progress, yeah, we need to break that voodoo so that, you know, moving forward, we're like, hey, yeah, Madrid, we know this is your tournament, but guess what? We sit at the table too. You may sit at the head, but we also sit at the table. And there's only a few of us who sit at this table. You know, some of these teams can't even talk to us. I mean, Barcelona can talk to us when it comes to Champions League. Right?
Fair enough. Yeah, 100%. I'm with you. I hear that. But it was a great talking point. And Quasi, thank you very much for coming on again.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you guys. World Cup, Ghana's winning it. I'm just saying.
Good luck. All the best.
I'm just saying, Ghana's winning it. I mean, anybody come at me? What country? What country is going to be Ghana right now? We also have a voodoo we have to deal with that is called Uruguay, i.e. Juarez. So we got to take out that problem.
It'll be interesting. Oh,
yeah.
Good luck with that.
Today was my last day supporting Nunez for 6 weeks.
That's right. have rest. Take rest for 6 weeks.
Thank you so
All
much.
Right. All the best. See you
All
later.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Yeah, man. World Cup now. What's your teams?
What do you mean?
What do I mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean?
For me, it's always been, I don't know, since I've grown up, it's always been Brazil. Every World Cup. Like I grew up in it. 1994 was my first World Cup watching. And yeah, Brazil were the ones. Like I don't know what it was. Like there was like an aura around the team. Everyone knew like Brazil is where you get inspiration for football. Like there was even like, I think everyone believed that Brazil is where football began at that age. We all believed it. We all like, none of us has ever been there. None of us has
for any Brazilian in our bloodline. Well, I haven't. I don't want to speak for everyone else.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, if you fall in love with them, it's just the way they love the game and the way they express themselves. Yeah, man, this Brazil for me. Like I'm a bit gutted that Firmino couldn't go. I mean, there's still a chance.
You know what? He put on a clinic today. You know.
Why?
Firmino put on a clinic today.
Yeah.
In the first half. Go watch back the game if anyone has a chance. In fact, I'm thinking I think your video should be maybe a little focus on Fabinho. Yeah. People, if you haven't watched it, I'm telling you, man, Half Spaces with Nerd Beats on my channel. He's going to do a little tactical videos as much as he can. He's a busy man. But the last one, go check it out. It was Liverpool and Spurs. I don't even know actually which game he's going to do this week, but But yeah, if he does do a Liverpool one, then the Bobby Firmino clinic in that first half was nice.
You
But
know
sorry,
what?
Brazil. So it's Brazil then.
Yeah, Brazil, 100% Brazil. A little bit of me wants maybe like, Argentina to do something just for Messi's, just to see Messi win the World Cup. But yeah, those are my two. Usually I go for Brazil. Brazil's
No,
out
you
there.
can't have two. You can't be having two. Like, are you mad? Am I going to give you two options?
Yes, you said teams. You didn't say
No,
team.
one.
Yeah, said teams, meaning your team and my team.
Yeah,
okay.
Teams. Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
I'm speaking like 4 teams, you know.
You know what I mean, man? And you know what? You pick the two favorites. You know what? It's going to be Brazil, Argentina, and then I thought he's going to say the next one. I don't even know who's the third favorites, man. I don't even know who the third favorite. Netherlands, maybe. You know what I mean? Zoobs, what are you saying? Who's your team? Normally, who do you team if USA or Jamaica, I'm guessing, aren't in there?
No, I'm not even designed like that. USA is in there, but I'm not even designed like that. So the way I'm designed.
Oh, I know you designed weird.
Yeah. So 95, I'd say 94, 95, 96, the Chicago Bulls was on top, right? And everyone was a Chicago Bulls fan. I was like, I don't do that bandwagon with the champions thing. So that's how I never supported the Chicago Bulls, and I went Celtic. Brazil was hot at the time. Everyone was on the Brazil train, and I'm like, nah, you know what, man? I kind of like English Premier League, so I supported England. And then Gerrard was England, and then he was Liverpool, and I'm like, that's me. I'm set. But now after Gerrard left in England, I don't know what they're doing with their team lately. I found a new love, man. I'm looking at Khanage. I'm like, rah.
Rods.
Are you serious?
I'm like, rah. I'm like, bonjour. I'm working on my French. I'm eating croissants. I'm dropping the tea. I'm listening to the guy from ESPN, Julien Laurent, and I'm working on my French accent. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fully French. Fully French. I'm fully French.
I don't see how you fucking switched from there to there.
I know, because it's not a popular switch, but that's just you. It's just me, man.
No, but it is a popular switch because it is the popular team. It's that theory again about glory hunting. You guys have gone back and like hyping up Newcastle, Arsenal, yeah, and now you've gone to he's gone to Argentina and Brazil. I thought I'm gonna have some hot takes like who's the dark horses, you know what I'm saying? So he's gone for Brazil or Argentina. You've gone France, probably the top 3 favorites. Like you guys ain't cool. This ain't cool.
No,
I mean, Grizz, if that's what
Denmark would be cool. Denmark would be cool.
Grizz.
Uruguay will be cool.
Grizz, we're not gonna be Potter here. We're gonna have to stick to what we.
We're gonna have to stick to the DNA. Yeah.
If we just try to, be like,
that's what I'm
those
talking about.
trendy guys.
Cav's right. I'm Uruguay. I'm not. I don't know who I am. I'm gonna decide in the next few days because we've got a couple of shows coming up that we're gonna do our predictions for the World Cup and whatnot.
But you've got your team, right?
Not yet.
What do you mean not yet?
I'm
What did you grow up? What did you
Oh, yeah. Brazil went through a rough patch, man. But it has to be Brazil because of one obvious and one not so obvious. I'm gonna give you the obvious one, R9.
R9.
Now I'm gonna ask you guys, who was the other guy that made me fall in love with football and Brazil?
Wait, was it?
Remember my age? You gotta remember my age and shit.
Was he R9 time? What's the generation?
I ain't telling you shit, man.
Come on, you got to tell me the generation.
How can there be anyone apart from R9 in that era? So it has to be a different era.
Or is it before him then?
Yeah, all right. I'll give you that because my age didn't come.
All right. For me, then, before R9, all I could think about was Romario. I don't know. Yeah?
Yeah, now Romario's a shout still,
Oh, you don't know Romario.
Romario and Bebeto. Oh, my days, those two.
Now, they had a serious squad back then,
Yeah, man.
Rafa knows, bro. Rafa knows. Facts.
Romario, man. He was...
People knew as soon as I was going there, they were saying...
To this day, when we
No, not a fan. Not a fan of Bebeto. I'm sorry. No.
Why?
Lightweight. You have to have something about you.
He was lightweight, but he was right place, right time.
No, but Romario was lightweight. There's other players lightweight. Iniesta's lightweight. help me out here. You know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah,
lightweight players. There's lightweight players. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna hurt a lot of people. I was never on Rivaldo like that either.
No way.
Not like that. Not like Romario and Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But you know that the early 2000s that Rivaldo was carrying Barca.
I hear that.
Doing like hat tricks of overhead kicks.
I hear that.
To get him into the Champions League. Come on, man. These guys are
I
the
hear
ones
that. Again, I wasn't on the Rubinho train either.
No, you know what?
Wait, you're not on a lot of people still, man. I'm surprised.
I'm with you with the Rubinho.
Name some people that I should be on then. Name me. These people.
What about the guy named Juninho slapping free kicks from almost halfway, bro?
Well, which one? Which one? Hold on.
Are you talking about the one that was
Leon?
Yeah. The Leon one, bro. He wasn't on him.
Romario,
I was on the other Juninho. Middlesbrough
again, he was good. Bro, man, you're going back in classic history. These people, I don't see. It was before my time, but I've seen enough highlights of him, enough highlights to know that I would have loved him. I would have loved him. People, man, you need to watch, man. Like, okay. So check this one out. Who is my favorite? One of my favorite centre backs of all time. Unless you've seen a stream that I've been on and spoke about him. He's Brazilian. He played for a German team in the Bundesliga.
Lucio. I had that as soon as you said that. You said the defender. I was like, "Yep, it's Lucio." No way.
People need to go and watch Lucio games.
Oh my days, the guy.
People need to go and watch Lucio games.
You know how they popularize a ball playing centre backs. Go back, watch Lucio, man. This guy was ridiculous, man.
I know. Look, the look on Zuberi's face tells me he don't know what the fuck we're talking about. Yeah.
No, I know what you guys are talking about, but it's like if you're trying to talk to me about like the Chicago Bulls and this Brazil team, bro, I wasn't interested, bro. They was just disgusting. Just seeing them in their element just upset me, man. I was just like, ugh. Just being unable to dribble pass and just doing the cheat code settings. It was like a cheat code. Let's be honest. Brazil was a cheat code back then. Yeah. They invented cheat code in sports. All the players from Brazil was. I don't know a bad Brazil player from back then.
I love Lucio. People, welcome Tom Mizzy. He is become a new channel member. Big up yourself, Tom Mizzy. Respect. Okay, we got the next caller ready. Let's bring in the next caller. The next caller is Abs Ali. Let's bring in Abs. Abs, state your team and what you want to talk about, my brother. Hope you're well.
Man, come on, Reds, man. Come on.
Okay. Okay.
Not no enemy today over here, mate. Do you know what I mean?
No, we don't mind that. Look, you know what? We don't mind, and we don't look at it upon enemies, man. We just, you know what I mean? We're okay. We like opposition fans coming in.
I'm a big fan of you lot, man. Zuberi, Grizz, come on, man. First time I met salute to you as well. You know what I mean?
You're a real one, bro. You're a real one.
Come on, man.
What's going on?
Nothing much. I thought the team played well today. Excellent performances by a few people. My boy Darwin, I don't want to hear no chat no more. He's here. He's ready. Next half of the season, hopefully he has a good World Cup. Next half of the season, it's gonna be a Mazzaline still.
I want to ask you what your view was when we first signed him for that amount of money, and be real. This channel is all about being real.
Me personally, when we played against him, I was already a fan, innit? From that first game, I was like, yeah, this is the guy. And I was on the train that early, and I was saying, yeah, like forget about any other strikers. This is our striker, because I could see the hunger, and I could just see the vision and like the movement and stuff and the hunger. That was the main things. And Van Dijk and who I can't even remember. I remember it was Van Dijk and someone else. Was it Konate?
It was Van Dijk and Konate, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. And Konate, he bullied him, I think, shoulder to shoulder. But Konate, he will bully most, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But he gave him a fight. He gave him a fight. He gave them a fight. And that's what they remembered.
That's what I'm saying. So from there, I was like, yeah, I like old school strikers. I like me. I became a fan like from Michael Owen, innit? That was my guy, innit? Owen Fowler days, like 98, 97. That's when I started supporting Liverpool, innit? So when I saw Darwin, I saw like a classic number 9, and I missed that because all of our other guys, they're like number 9s, Jota and Bobby and stuff, but they're not really number 9s. You could tell
they're hybrids.
Yeah, you could tell they're not. They haven't got the dog in them, innit? Basically, innit? And I like that. But I thought Harvey played well today. I haven't been the biggest fan of Harvey.
What's your criticism of him? I liked because I haven't been as big. I've had a few
it's
opinions and views swaying and thing, but what's your opinion? What was you doubting? Was you doubting his position?
He's good technically, yeah. Position, I'd say position. Like he hasn't got the explosiveness or, like the power. But I could tell he's like a technical little player, like a little neat player, which I like. But at the same time, I don't think that's enough. If you're gonna play wide for Liverpool, or centrally for that matter, you need to have an engine and you need to be like up and down in it. You need to be grafting, which is everyone does that. Even Thiago, one of the most techiest players, you had to adapt and become more of a, runner. Like he said, Klopp taught me how to run. So yeah.
I was gonna say, did you see our show that we done? Where we had a little bit of a session on Elliott a couple of nights ago. I don't know if you saw it, but we were discussing sort of players similar to him. So I just rattled off a few names, and we don't mean that he's good as them or he's potentially as good as them or anything like that, but like stylistically.
Yeah.
And we talked about the two Silvas, Bernardo Silva, David Silva, Juan Mata. Guys, anyone else that pops off in your mind in terms of physical size, stature, everything in that mold, left-footed, inverted, small. So what we named about 3 or 4 of them, and we all looked at them where they were at 19.
Yeah. That is a fair point. Yeah.
I don't think it's a point. I think it's a fact. I think you have to look at the fact that he's 19 years old.
Yeah.
And because we're Liverpool and we're getting frustrated and angry because we're fucking with Man City, and we're thinking we're looking for every weakness, and it's angering us.
Yeah.
And right now, Elliott is one of the weaknesses that we can see, and it's making us not as good as Man City, for example, because they've got Bernardo Silva, who's 7-8 years older than Elliott and much more experienced and playing the same role. So we're thinking, fuck Elliott, man. We need Bernardo Silva. No, but you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's frustrating, innit? But that's not Elliott's fault right now. Yeah. I think Elliott is doing what he needs to do at the rate he needs to do it, and the progression needs to do it. You got to remember, Klopp is changing him position, tactically, role-wise, sometimes wide right, sometimes in midfield, sometimes he even fucking played him in a double pivot against Everton. Was it Everton or one of the games?
Yeah.
So
it's harsh, man. It's harsh.
It is harsh. I get you. 100% I get you, because I'm like that as well. Like Zuberi was talking about him earlier on, because Zuberi sees the game as, like he was saying, his mate phoned him and said, you know what? 2 of their chances were because of Elliott.
Yeah, today was
bypassed or whatever. So it's a frustrating one, but he's 19. I'm not ready to give up on him. That's just me.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
You're mute, Zuberi. You're mute.
I was a big fan of Curtis as well, and I'm still am. But
Curtis
got his weaknesses.
Yeah. See, but Curtis, I don't think Curtis has gripped games like Elliott has.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I rate Curtis as well.
Elliott's got that finesse. He's got that finesse.
That pass he done today, and some of his other touches as well. Like when he's getting. Do you know what? People are thinking they can manhandle him, and he needs to be picking up more free kicks. He needs to use his diminutive physique and just keep diving. Fuck that.
Me personally, I think I like Curtis. Yeah, I like his stride. He's strong on the ball, good dribbler, kind of both-footed. If you combine Curtis and Harvey,
if he had the physique and the power of Curtis, you're right.
Yeah.
And I think Harvey Elliott has got a far more
high ceiling, isn't it?
No. The word I'm looking for, like the right option.
Yeah. He's more mature on the ball and that. Yeah.
And even though he's younger, I think Elliott has a better selection of pass than Curtis Jones. I don't know what
100%.
You guys want to come in on the? You guys want to come in on the chat?
Yeah, that's my only down point on Jones is that his decision making is extremely poor at times. You see him like in promising positions, and you're like, okay, pop it off now. Like you're gonna get surrounded in a second if you don't pop it off, and he doesn't, and he just dilly-dallies a little bit, and then boom. And I remember it was last season we played Porto away.
Yeah,
and he got the ball, he drove, he made a couple of defenders commit, and a gap opened up for Salah, and he passed it to Salah, boom, goal. And I was like, if he can harness that, then we've got a player. But however, he sometimes ignores that. What game was it? I think it was the Leeds game when he had Firmino free, where he could have did exactly the same thing. Pop it off to Firmino, that's a chance on goal. Like an 80% goal like chance, and he didn't do it because I don't know, his decision making is just lacking for me. I don't know what you think, Zuberi.
Curtis is, I'm gonna come in a little harsh on him right here. Mm-hmm. He's anti-football, bro.
Oh shit.
100%. Yeah. Here's why I'm going that far. Now, I don't know if any of you play football. Bro, sometimes the game flows, and I've never seen him flow with the game. There's moments in the game where it's like 1-2 hours we're flowing. Bro, every time the flow is on, he does. You can say it's decision making, but bro, it's so anti-football. He disrupts every single rhythm, pattern of play. The minute it goes to him, everything that was on stops and has to reset. To me, that's anti-football. And that's the difference between Elliott. Elliott, bro, you don't even need to communicate with him. He just know he's gonna give it to me. That guy's open. I'm gonna pop it to him, and that's football. Yeah, it's a flow. It's like a movement. You can't. Nunez don't understand English. Nunez does not understand English, but he's playing football, bro. Football requires me to be here and do this. It's a language. It's an unspoken language. And Curtis, bro, I don't know what he's doing out here, but he's anti that.
Yeah.
Bro, he's anti that. I know it's harsh. I'm not saying the guy can't play football, but he's
Do you know what I would say? Do you know what I'll say about Curtis? Yeah. I would say Curtis is that baller, yeah, at youth level that's way stronger, way bigger than everyone else. So he's never really got the fundamentals. He's just, running, and he can do whatever he wants.
He could do because I know exactly what you mean.
He hasn't got the fundamental. He can pop shots from anywhere. He can dribble past 10 man.
He was running things. But again, man, I'm gonna defend him a little bit, Zuberi. I know where you're coming from because I've played with brothers like that. Right? We've all, right? Yeah. I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. It's not a secret because I've spoken on it before. But I ran a couple of football teams, and one of them was an 7-a-side team. And it was pure Somalian brothers. So you know where I'm going with this.
Where he's going. I know exactly.
So you know where I'm going with this, right?
That's facts, man.
So, and people in the chat that will know where I'm going with this as well. Now, if you ever played football with Somalian brothers, yeah, you will know that they are some of the most techie ballers you've ever seen. But also getting him to play football like how Zuberi was describing it in terms of, listen, you got to keep the ball moving and you got to pass at the right time and you got to choose the right pass at the right time. It ain't happening. They're going to get on the ball and they're going to
100 miles per hour.
Madness they're going to do. They're going to do a madness on the ball and they're going to score a goal and they're going to say, yeah, what are you saying, coach? What are you saying? I'm going to say, I don't give a shit about that goal. I don't give a shit about that goal.
Could have passed that.
Part of the team. But
100%.
some people, it takes a long, long time to coach them out of it, or coach that out of them, sorry. So I had an 11-a-side team. Are you ready for this? I used to only pick 2 of the Marleys in the 11-a-side team.
and you want them on the wings, so if they lose
on the wings or up front, get out of my way.
It's all right. It's not too dangerous.
So I know what Zuberi means when he's describing Curtis Jones.
Because
I grew up with these brothers, man. They're my boys, and I ain't disrespecting them because they're my boys. Some of them are my family, man. They're my best mates, man.
Yeah.
I was with one of them today. Shout out Hassan from East London. I was with them. I played with them after God knows how long. We played 2 games in a 1 month. That's the levels we're at right now. We need 2 weeks recovery. You understand? That's how where we are right now. We play 1 game and then we need 2 weeks rest.
Yeah.
Don't call me before 2 weeks. I'm in a bath.
Yeah, ice bath and that.
Ice bath. So 7-a-side, yeah. See, Curtis Jones will be a ridiculous 7-a-side footballer.
Oh, he'll be creamy. Sunday league settings, you know.
You understand what I'm saying?
Creamy, because that's me, you know. I'm calling him out because it's me. I'll be at right back, Grizz, and in training, you know where I'm at? Left wing. I cut across the entire field, you know. Every man is looking at me sideways. Every man, like, yo, you can see me making a run, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, I got you the next time. But the next time I'm so in the moment. I get it. And you know what? That's why I'm not pro. And I hold myself back. I'm like, yeah, man, maybe I needed to work on that a little better. Flow with the game. Because I'm seeing these men making the run, bro. But I'm just so in the moment, you know, you beating a few plays, getting nice, that ball retention, breaking through a 2-man press. Do you know how good it feels to break a 2-man press and find yourself in space? That's ecstasy, you know. So when I see Jones do it, and I'm halfway line and I'm taking a shot, and every man is like, yo, you didn't see me.
I'm not scaring shit.
So I get what Jones is doing, but I don't want to see that in Liverpool, bro. I'll be honest. 100%. He's dope, you know. He's a dope footballer. I'm not saying I don't rate him, but we don't need that, bro. That's anti-football. That's what the coach said to me. He's like, yo, you're playing anti-football.
So what, Zuberi, would you sell him?
I think he can be a good squad player to Carvalho and Elliott. You know, I'm not trying to diss him by saying that, but I think he can be around.
That's too deep. Shout out Pepper.
I'd keep him. I was a fan.
Grizz knows Leighton and Walthamstow where my bro. That's exactly where I'm talking about. People. Leighton, Walthamstow ends. Yeah, respect to all the brothers in Leytonstone and Walthamstow and Leighton sides. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, people recognize him, man. Leytonstone ballers. I'm not joking, bro. Those people were serious back in the day.
East London got ballers, man.
Man. East London, bro. I was a serious coach. I had to call it early because I lost my cartilage in my right knee. But yeah, in those days, there's no replacement cartilage, man. You understand? They just chop it off.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I was a serious Zidane-esque stroke Gascoigne. I don't know, but you know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about.
100.
But nah, you know what? Curtis Jones, I don't know.
I hope it clicks, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I like him. He's got attributes that I like. I can see it. I can see him control the ball, keep the ball. He's got a touch. He doesn't beat players with pace and running. He beats players with body swerve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A little thing here. And then he lays you off nice, but then he'll do it too late.
Yeah.
The move slowed down.
Yeah.
But I think Klopp hates shooting as well, man.
Go on.
I think Klopp hates people shooting from outside the box as well.
You reckon?
Yeah. Because Luis Diaz...
Who should shoot more, though? Because
Luis Diaz should shoot more. Half of his goals...
Shots. He has enough shots, man.
Yeah, but half of his goals, like Porto, more than half, like most of his goals was like outside the box shots. But at Liverpool, I see him cutting in. He doesn't look as, menacing, man. I don't know, man. Klopp, like, kind of... I like Klopp. Klopp's like my guy, innit? He's my dad, innit? But he kind of stifles certain man. He stifles them like to be more robotic. But it's not just Klopp as well. I think Pep does it as well. Like, Pep does it a lot as well. But yeah.
Yo, Benjamin, if none of us know what we're talking about, the link is pinned. This is a call-in show. So I'm calling you out and asking you to call in and tell us why we don't know what we're talking about. Because that's the beauty of it, bro. This ain't a normal show. This is a call-in show. It's all about you. Call in and let us know what you know. And then
so who was you lot's man of the match?
Alisson.
Oh yeah, Alisson. I'll go Alisson for real.
He could have prevented that goal.
Can't sleep on him.
Those other three chances.
He made some brilliant one-on-one.
Like if he didn't concede that, 100% it was Alisson actually. But because he conceded that,
Robbo came back. I thought Robbo was excellent, man. Robbo and Darwin. And those two guys, yeah.
Robbo's a shout. I didn't even think about him, but he's a shout. But if you're giving it to Ali or Nunez, I wouldn't contest it. Robbo, I would contest for Alisson or Nunez, but...
And I'll put my hand up. I thought Robbo was finished. I put my hand up. I thought it was Costa's season. But Robbo came back.
I ain't think that.
With the Scottish dog, man. He's back, man. He's back. That's
so you don't think he just needed rest?
Nah, I just thought he was finished, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Done.
He's looking very. He's looking. I don't know. He was looking like he didn't know. Like his game kind of suffered. Obviously, his legs was gone, but he's looking like he was rushing stuff. And obviously, because Costas is more, I'd say Costas is a better footballer than Robbo. Robbo is a better left back. Robbo is like an excellent left back. But I thought Robbo, I thought his time was done, man. I thought he got burnt down. He was finished. But after that injury, and he came back slowly, he looks like the Robbo that I remember. And long may it continue, to be honest. Yeah.
I thought Robertson was magnificent.
Yeah.
You're right. I thought magnificent Robertson was. But what are you guys saying? Man of the match. Does Nunez have a shout? I think Thiago was ridiculous as well, you know.
You reckon?
Thiago today, Thiago showed and Bobby showed, like the national team managers, like, you guys must have some one hell of a squad and deep squad if us two can't make it.
You know what? Go on. You know what? Thiago should have picked Brazil to represent. I've heard like a crazy. Caps. You know what? I had a crazy stat that he's only got one start in a major tournament for Spain. I don't know if it's true.
Is that because of injuries? Could we check like the whole CV?
It doesn't have to be because of injuries. It can happen because the coach don't like him.
Yeah. That's I think what Grizz says.
And if he was playing for Brazil, for this Brazil team right now, my God.
Yeah.
God.
He'll be a gimme. He'll start every game like for those. Like.
Yeah.
But for Spain, he kind of hit the wrong generation. Spain had the guys that they had.
Xavi and Iniesta and Busquets. But then now he's gone for a really inexperienced Pedri and Gavi. And I'm surprised that
but you know, he's not rated for the national team, you know. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Pedri's kind of hit the ground running for them. He's the poster boy, isn't it?
Gavi, I think Gavi could have waited a little bit.
Yeah. But to not pick him is criminal, though. I think, you know, like, even to have as an option, if things go pear shaped and you got like a do or die game, like to qualify out of the group, you'd want Thiago there just to.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's wild, man. World Cup, we got 7 players going. I think we've only got about 4 starters, though. So what are we saying to that? We've only got about 4 starters. Van Dijk, Alisson.
I'm happy for Alisson, man.
Nunez. Hendo.
Nah.
It's
not starting.
You reckon?
Yeah. Bellingham, Rice, double pivot.
Yeah.
Okay, so
with Mount in front. Like.
So who we got starting then, Liverpool players? Definitely not.
Definitely Van Dijk.
Van Dijk, Nunez, Alisson.
Yeah.
I'd say those three, yeah.
I think those three, yeah.
Please tell me only them three. People in the chat, anybody else a regular starter for their club? I think Jota was, but he's injured.
Yeah. Jota would have, yeah. But,
yeah, that's it.
Because Konate, he's not. His stock is not that high.
Regular start. Yeah. Exactly. Well, let's see how it goes, man. Abs, we're gonna wrap up the show in a little while, man. So thank you very much, man. Wicked speaking to you, man. Brother. Look after yourself.
Guys.
Take care, man.
Yeah,
all right.
Guys.
Speak soon,
man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Nice one. Oh, people going mad in the chat about Ambani being linked. You know who Ambani is? No. Okay, that's what
Who does he play for?
That's what I'm saying.
Ambani.
Yeah.
Ambani bit. No.
I want to be here when you Google him, and I want to see your reaction when you find out.
All right, hold on. Ambani.
Ambani.
Oh, is that rich Indian guy?
I understand.
Okay, I thought he was talking about as a player, you know.
No.
Yeah. No, I heard of him. I was watching not too long ago a documentary on. He's got this mad building in Mumbai, I think, which is like it's basically it's like a mad tower. And
the point being is going to be some mad rich fuckers coming in. That's what I'm saying. Mad rich fuckers. Mad. We're talking.
So is that legit then?
I can't. If I speak, I'm not allowed to reveal names or nothing. But I told you lot that it's an individual who wants us right now, who's the most advanced. Now I don't know if it's him, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I told you lot it wasn't a consortium. Remember I told you lot a few nights ago, it's not a consortium. It's not a Gulf state. It's not a state or anything. But the most advanced was an individual. But he's not the only one that can come in with bids. So let's see. When I hear individual, I prefer as opposed to a consortium and a group of people. But let's see how it goes. It's early days. Nothing is close to completion. Like there's talks, but let's see what happens, man. He's mad rich.
But yeah, he is. But
mad rich.
Quick question for you, Grizz. I know we touched on it a little bit. What did you make of Klopp talking about like the fresh money? And he sounded like very optimistic about it.
Tune in tomorrow to RedFellas. Well, we're going to be discussing all of these topics in deep. We have 2 minutes before we kick off. 3 hours it's been. It hasn't seemed like 3 hours, but you guys are busting my balls. You got to remember, I came straight from football. You understand? And I had 1-piece chicken thigh and chips. You understand? The people that are asking what was Grizz eating, 1-piece chicken thigh and chips. Bad boy still. It was lovely.
From where?
It's out of town, so you won't know, man. So, but people, it was ridiculous. But anyway, Zuberi, much love, brother. Always a pleasure speaking to you. We're gonna let people know. We're gonna probably be doing something for the World Cup. We're gonna let people know that you got a couple of ideas still. Check out No Beats Half Spaces. He's going to do a recap of one of the big games of the weekend. We got a couple of big games tomorrow, so he might do something about tomorrow, but we don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it feels like on Monday, Tuesday. So make sure you check out that. Good luck to Pakistan in the World Cup final tomorrow. Inshallah. Inshallah, my brothers.
Pakistan Zindabad.
That's the one, bro. Pakistan Zindabad and all that. But we see, because apparently the weather's nasty. It's looking peak out there. They might not even go ahead. Cavs in the building. Great show, people. Close to 300 of you nearly about 5 minutes ago. Some of you just ducked out when I said Pakistan's in the bad. Why you do that to me? Some of you just ducked out. Why you do that to me? But like the stream if you haven't. The remaining 270 of you guys, like the stream, subscribe if you haven't. Put your notification bells on, because I don't know what's coming up during the World Cup. We're going to be doing various drafts, various programs, various watch-alongs as well. So it's all going to be popping off on Grizz Khan TV. We out of here. This is Zuberi. This is No Beats. This is Grizz Khan. We out of here. Take care. That was